candle or whatever you gotta do. So you will be here with me tonight. I need to have a very good connection with you. Psychically. Blessed be. But hey, isn't that fun? I'm in the temple of Pan. Light a candle.
You gotta do. A gabagoo.
So you will be here with me.
You gotta do it, even if you don't want to.
Tonight.
You're never gonna get over that.
Sorry, thanks.
The moon is full and the stars are alive. The sky is an eerie black. It's the night of the biggest vampire on the hunt on the attack. He spreads his wings as he takes the air like smoke from a roaring fire. Salivating for a little slice of that sweet.
This is the sound of production being done, folks.
On your marks, get ready, set, go! On your marks, get ready.
Well then, welcome to the show. What is going on?
What the fuck? What the fuck?
What is happening?
The moon is
Fucking thing again. Is it playing on your end?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. I'll just pretend it's playing in my head.
Don't act like it isn't burned into your head already.
See if I can get the time right. Go!
Yep, you got it.
I did?
Yeah.
Completely blind. I don't hear it. I don't see it.
You're on the same wavelength.
Oh, boy.
Just wait for my cue, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I'm looking at the numbers. I'm not watching it. I'm hearing it. But we are live tonight
from
From Las
is
Vegas,
too
Nevada,
stoned.
14
It
floors
is
above the
a
floor.
nightmare for me here tonight. Again, I don't know what's going on. I've cleared caches. I've gotten rid of cookies. I've gotten rid of every file. The phone just will not cooperate with me anymore on this platform. And then, so I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going back to StreamYard. This is too. By the way, before we get started, Too Stoned, everybody, Happy New Year to Pause Reality. Yes, Happy New Year, Pause, and
mountain-
Happy New Year, everybody else as well.
Our mountain man in the Florida Peninsula. Whatever that means. All right. And then, so I go over and I go, all right, I go back to StreamYard last night, and it's even worse.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of these free streaming platforms just can't get their shit together, or maybe it's just us, or both.
A little bit of both. I think it has to do with maybe my internet, but I got 5G, full 5G, 100%. I don't. Maybe it's the phone. I tried hooking up a computer last night, same problem. Needless to say, the show was 3 hours late last night, me trying to fix this. And I've given up, and we'll just see what happens. The whole the intro played fine, so I don't know. It's crazy.
Well,
it's just.
Do you have an internet provider, or are you just using your phone as a hotspot?
I use both.
Okay.
I tried both, and they both do the same thing. It's just there's no rhyme or reason to what's happening to me. It's super weird doing a show when you got clips playing and music playing and stuff, and you're just looking. You're like, I don't even know what's going on. I watch it back. They played fine. There's nothing wrong with on the listener's end. It's all on my end.
Yeah, that is bizarre. I mean, didn't you? I remembered you saying that Rumble Studio did like an update recently. Is there like a setting or something you got to switch on? Like maybe they fucking change it or whatever.
Yeah, maybe I'll just dump it and reload it again.
Couldn't hurt.
Yeah, so like we'll figure that out.
It's not like you got anything important saved onto here.
No, not at all. We are live tonight from Las Vegas in the Pacific Northwest, which I think we already said at the beginning intro, but I didn't hear it.
Close enough.
Let's see. We got a bet tonight. How long is Johnny going to be a bitch tonight? And they're saying 100% of the time.
I mean, you've consistently been a bitch for like the last 5 episodes of your own show.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a PMS. Just getting angrier and angrier and more pissed off and just and it literally 99% of it is to do with this fucking Google this Rumble goddamn studio. Yeah. All right. You know, it's hard to keep your composure when you're about ready to fucking jump out a window.
And that was before you started.
And it just started 5 days ago. It's just like all of a sudden it just wants to fuck me. The Satan is against me.
I know. It's like before it was like every now and then you'd get a hiccup or the stream would just shut off for no reason, but that was like every so often. Now it's like every fucking episode so far. But whatever they did with the update, they're either fucking with us, the algorithm's fucking with us, or whatever update they did, it just fucked everything up.
It just fucked it, but but the weird thing is it's working everywhere else except for me.
Well, then I blame the algorithm. Then they're against us.
Yeah, apparently they're against satanic rituals here on the program. All right, Paz says tech is on the fritz because the cell towers are testing microwave bandwidth over heavy population areas during the night hours, and it's messing with everybody. Just so slightly giving electronics. Now, did this just start 5 days ago, Paz? Because if that's the reason, now I know. It's true.
If they started doing it 5 days ago, then yeah, that would make sense.
So it's been horrible. I can't. Things ain't working. I got erectile dysfunction again. It's just been a bad week. I've been very grumpy.
Again?
If you saw what I saw at that place, I don't think you'd ever want to have sex ever at the Green Door.
Yeah, I heard your show, and yeah, I don't think I would even go back to Vegas after that, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, imagine what was that, Jabba the Hutt?
Yeah.
Every woman looked like Jabba the fuck, just a big women. I love you. I'm not one of those misogynistic guys, but even you would have said, "What in the fuck is going on here?"
Hey man, fat girls need love too. I get that, but not me.
I have nothing against chubby girls whatsoever. I like them chubby. I like them that way.
No, chubby's fine. I have nothing against chubby, but it's when you literally have love handles that are bigger than your tits. It's like there's something up here.
Yeah, when you can't see their ankles.
When they can't see their ankles.
Nobody can see the ankles. I couldn't see the ankles because there was an ankle over the ankle. They call those cankles.
Yeah, cankles.
And like, all right, it just is the horror films not that scary. That night was the scariest night of my life.
Yeah, I like to imagine that they were just surrounded by all of these naked BBW women, and you just walk in just like, ooh, skinny guy, just like, nope, and you turn around, walk away.
Well, the other thing is too is I just dropped a Chapo edible before I walked in, smoked like a full fucking pre-roll before I went in, little bit drunk on top of it.
Man, you pre-gamed the shit out of that, and it still didn't work.
Yeah, they don't let you drink in the actual fuck rooms for some reason. I don't know what the deal is with that.
You expect me to take part in that shit sober?
It's like, rules. They got rules there. You got people just slamming the shit out of each other in the middle of a room, naked, doing whatever, but we can't have alcohol in here. We gotta draw the line somewhere.
We gotta have some class here. You can't have a fucking drink while you're banging somebody else's wife. Come on, get real.
So they do have a downstairs bar. So what you do is you go downstairs into the basement, so then you get your drinks on, then you go back up, and then you have to go outside to smoke.
Okay, outside to smoke I'm used to. Do I even want to know what's in the basement besides the bar?
I don't think they wash the glasses there.
Why would they?
And, you're in a place where there's a lot of sperm everywhere. I mean, they do keep a pretty good job of cleaning it, and all of the mattresses are like with a leather material. So it's all water resistance, but it's kind of slippery.
You know what you need to do? You could get those pens that work as like a laser pointer and a flashlight. Yeah, you need to get one of those, but put like a black light filter inside one of them, and just go into one of those places and just be like, "Oh, when was the last time you cleaned this place?" It was like, I don't know, a couple hours ago. Really? I'm gonna go with no.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, there's lube and tissues everywhere, but I mean, it's just the smells. You can't get over the smell.
Yeah, how would you even get rid of that smell? I don't think you can. You would have to burn the carpet. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of smells like a hospital when you walk in there. At the beginning of the night, where they try to disinfect everything.
Yeah, they probably get their chemicals from the same goddamn place.
Yeah, and by the end of the night, it just smells like ass. I don't know how else to describe it. It is bad. It's imagine gym locker room and ass combined.
Oh, Pause has a question. I'll hand it over to you here, Johnny. Pause Reality says, "How do I become a member of this place?"
Well, it's $40.
$40. That's all it takes, huh?
Yep.
Why
now,
do
I
feel
bought
like
a
I'm
year
gonna
pass.
There's a year pass. Of course, there's a year pass. Like it's
I
fucking
bought the year
Disney World.
pass. It is. You could go in and fuck it anytime. It really is. I mean, you can seriously go in and fuck a girl privately. So if you want to you don't want to pay for a hotel room, you just take a girl there.
Yeah, it's real romantic.
Girls are free. All women are free
because you paid the pass. You paid the front.
Yep, $250 for the whole year. I renewed.
Do you get like a punch card for every year you come back to renew your membership, and if you come back for 10 years, then your 10th year is free?
I actually have a green card, they call it.
Of course it's called a green card. What else would they call it?
VIP. I have if I want to use the hot tub or whatever, I can, book it out or whatever. It has a lot of perks.
I mean, yeah, that's a lot of shit that you could do for $40.
So usually there's some good bodies there. Let's just leave it at that. And it's dark, so you don't have to see their jacked up faces. But let's be honest, this is a place for people that can't get laid.
Pause Reality says it sounds like paradise besides the smell.
And normally the smell was just that night because of the amount of sweating.
It's other juices.
It's $40 to get in, and it's $40 if you're a couple to get in. So basically, the chick gets in for free if you bring a chick with you.
And I'm guessing you have to pay for your own drinks.
Yes, you got to pay for your own drinks, but you can't drink alcohol in the sex area.
Weird rule,
which is
okay.
Fine. Which is fine, because when I'm pumping and grinding, I like to have a Gatorade next to me. That new pink Gatorade is the best, especially for gangbangs.
That's on the label that they have in that bar. They just put their own Gatorade label, but it has like silhouettes of like some girl getting double teamed right next to the like on top of the Gatorade logo.
And there's a couple of. It's fun to, even if you don't get laid, it's fun just to go watch. If you've never sat and watched people fuck each other, it's an interesting night. It's better than I'd rather go to that than the goddamn Chris Angel magic show myself. But I'm a little bit different of a guy.
Yeah, I won't deny you that one. You are different. I think I would much rather go see a magic show. I don't know, man. I've never been like a strip club kind of guy. I've actually been to a strip club many times, but that's only because I was delivering food to the strippers. Then that is it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, maybe the green door isn't for you, but it would be. I'm telling you.
It's for Paz, apparently. He's into it.
Oh, Paz. Yeah, he'd fit right in there. Like guys like Paz, that's the kind of clientele there. But
Paz, if you ever head to Vegas, you know where to go.
But a guy like Paz, man, they would fucking jump on that guy. He's that stud Viking guy. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
He would be like the ruler.
You'd be king for the night.
Yeah, and they have a bunch of different rooms. They have S&M rooms where there's, you beat the shit out of chicks and stuff. That's kind of fun sometimes. Only if Phil Collins is playing.
It is when you're there.
Yeah, and then, people come up and ask, hey, do you want to fuck my wife? And I'm like, sure. Why not?
I was kind of thinking of the other day where you were talking about how you were just reflecting on your past, and you were just like, why aren't I successful? Why are people giving these idiots money? And I was kind of sitting there going like, I don't know if you being successful and having money would be a good idea. because I can imagine you literally just taking over like the green room or the green door, I mean, or some strip club in Vegas, and you just waltz in there, and every time you walk in there, they place the studio on a loop for the entire night, and if anyone ever says anything, you just pull out your gun and just be like, "What'd you say?"
And the surprising thing is, who changed the song?
Yeah. Obviously, we got a fucking tourist in here.
Rule number 1, don't change the song. Rule number 2, you keep the thermostat where I leave it.
I like it hot and sweaty.
And only fuck the black girls.
Again, weird rule, but all right.
Yeah, I really don't know how that place makes money. It's not expensive. It isn't a shitty part of town. I mean, you literally got to watch yourself.
Of course, it's $40 for all you could bang whores. What are you talking? Of course, it's in a seedy goddamn place.
Yes, it is unbelievable. And, they have stadium seating where you can watch people fuck. All kinds of things. All kinds of things. I went around.
Do they have them like in the IMAX theaters where if you pay $10 extra, you get like the lazy boy chairs with the cup holders and the massagers, and you can like lean back and shit, you know?
Can we get you a day bed?
Yeah. Yeah, get comfy. They're going to be here a while.
Yeah, I mean, usually I go there and there's really not a lot of sex going on, but I do like to watch. I just like to see what's going on.
Yeah, you're in the neighborhood. You're just like, well, the line doesn't look that big. Yeah, I'll go check it out.
But if you guys literally are in Vegas and on a budget and want to get fucked and not pay a lot for a hooker, or have a girl from, a lot of times I'll just meet girls there for a date. I take a lot of my dates there. Real classy guy I am, but
yeah, I'm sure that doesn't frighten them on knee-jerk first reactions at all.
Hey, and by the way, pause. I don't know how far away you are from Tampa, but there's about 300 of those places in Tampa. You don't have to go to Vegas. You just got to go to FetLife.com and check out where the parties are.
Yeah, I mean, again, I will default to Johnny's wisdom in that regard because I don't know a damn thing about those places. The closest thing I ever did was I just walked into a karaoke bar with my friends, just be like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do some karaoke," not knowing that it was a swingers bar. And everyone was like coming up to me and asking, like, complimenting my singing, and they're like, "Oh, you should really go talk to my girl." I'm like, "No, I'm good, man." Everybody's looking at me weird. I don't like this. It's
good to talk to a normal guy because most of my friends in real life are dirtbags. So going to the green door ain't a thing.
I mean, listen, if I was in Vegas and you told me that like you insist that we went to the green door, I'm like, look, if this is part of your tour of Vegas, then I'm just following you. You know what I mean? But
no, the problem is the music's going in there, and I was so fucking just baked. So I don't understand what people are saying to me. You know how that feeling goes, like when just nothing is making sense.
Yeah. Everything just turns into like when adults talk to the kids in Charlie Brown, where you see their mouth move and just nod.
Yep. Oh, I guess
hope what they said wasn't important.
They did get footage of me coming out of the green door the other night. Check this out. Maybe.
Hell yeah!
Oh my god.
That was me at New Year's.
That was me exiting the green door after seeing the pile of humanity. Everybody knows that guy, right? The guy that's got to party harder than everybody else.
Yeah, I will commend him for still standing and puking at the same time, but nobody thinks you're cool.
Yeah, pause. If you're into weird, ginky group sex and you're in Florida, you're in the right place, brother. Go to FetLife.com, put a picture up there and tell them what you like, and you'll have a bunch of them over at your house, sucking and fucking. And what kind of show are we doing here, Johnny? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, we're on YouTube. Remember,
The hell is wrong?
We're gonna get this is gonna get us taken down for sure. Someone's gonna listen to this and bitch.
Oh my God! I just realized, like, this isn't the sex show. Why are we even talking Green Door talk? We got to move on.
Well, one thing I guess we could bring up in the news, I forgot to send you the article, but everybody's talking about it, that Justin Trudeau is no longer the Prime Minister of Canada.
You know, I've been hearing that. Why? What did he do? Is it the blackface thing?
No, I mean, I haven't really looked into it that much, to be honest, but it pretty much just, I'm guessing it was because he went and visited Trump after it was announced that he won the election, and their interaction was not exactly the most positive.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Oh, something. There's something weird going on in your end. We got. Huh.
Did I fix it?
Weird. No, it's like maybe.
Actually, I think it's my headphones. Hang on, I'll swap over to some old ones real quick. Just give me like 2 minutes.
All right, cool. Marco's going to switch over to some headphones, and we are going to play our favorite clip from our favorite show. And by the way, you're a stoner, and you like to get high, and you like to laugh, you like to have a good time. Well, why don't you check this guy out? Subscribe to That's All Funny.
On the news, a rare dime hidden for decades sells for over $500,000. An extraordinary rare dime whose whereabouts had remained a mystery since the late 1970s has just sold for just over $500,000. Who needs dimes?
Oh, we got sound.
You got that sticky icky.
Nope, it's gone.
Subscribe to That's All Funny.
Sticky icky. 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 That's the real dimes you need, right? You don't need fucking Franklin D. Roosevelt. You need that. You need that Abraham Lincoln Kush, dog. You need to smoke the Gettysburg Address and shit. You know what I'm saying? You need that shit that frees the slaves, motherfucker. Underground Railroad shit. Sticky icky. Sticky icky. Sticky icky.
Okay, how's this?
Sticky icky.
That's good. I can hear you now. It's super staticky for out of nowhere.
Sticky icky.
Yeah, I think my headphones are finally just dying on me.
Subscribe to That's All Funny.
You need that Underground Railroad shit. You know what I'm saying? You need to smoke that. You need to fucking. Yeah, that's what you. That's what you fucking need. Whatever. Man.
It's just fucking bored. It's just super quiet, and all out of nowhere it just goes
woo
woo.
For over $500,000. An extraordinary rare dime.
Well, I hope it played.
Whereabouts had remained a mystery since the
It's
late
playing.
1970s. Has just sold.
Maybe, I don't know. All right, we're back live, everybody.
All right,
We were talking about
Justin Trudeau, former Prime Minister of Canada.
Yeah, everybody's like, he's quitting. I'm like, well, why? Why is he? I haven't heard anything bad about him. Is he get caught sucking cocks or something? I don't know.
I think he just left of his own volition. Like I said, the only thing I could think of is that he recently went and visited Trump, and their interaction wasn't exactly the most positive, and it might have scared him enough to quit. But one of my favorite things I came across about Justin Trudeau is that the very highly possibility that he may be Castro's bastard son.
Whose son?
Castro, Fidel Castro, the leader of Cuba,
Oh.
or former leader of Cuba.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Really? Well, maybe. A handsome guy.
There's some interesting photos that I've seen, and where there's if you look at pictures of young Trudeau and young Castro, they do look very similar. And there are pictures of Justin Trudeau's mother and Trudeau's father hanging out with Castro, and Castro is holding baby Justin and smiling, you know. So it's just, that's a little,
So, I don't know. I like Canada. I like heavy metal. I like hockey. I like weed, and I like strippers. I mean, that's Canada. Canada rules.
actual
I would
Canada.
live there.
I would live there if they would get rid of the French Canadians.
Oh, those sons of those cocksuckers. They're such fucking.
Yeah, it's
That was my worst. That is the absolute worst French thing ever done. What the fuck was that even? I don't even know what that was. I don't know what sound that was.
Sounded like a French clown.
Boo.
Yeah, I've only interacted with French Canadians on very few instances, but every single time they are the most like they're always mad, they're always pretentious, and just because I'm an American and I don't know French, they scoff at me. It's like, motherfucker, I don't need to speak fucking French. That's your goddamn job.
Why are you cucking out to France, you fucking losers? Everybody else speaks English in this part of the world. Yeah, French cucks.
Yeah, but I do enjoy the fact that French Canadians hate us mostly because they hate New Orleans, and because they view the Cajun culture as a bastardization of their language, to which I say, good.
Fucking horrible. Fucking French Canadians. Never mind. I'm not even going to try anything now. I'm not even going to try the copy, the imitation, yeah, my brain, bro, it's freezing. Help me out. So no, he's gone. Gonski.
Yeah, I don't know if he's officially gone, but he has announced that he is resigning. So I guess whenever their next election cycle is, he's out.
I don't even understand what Canada doesn't have any problems. They don't got school shootings. They don't got people blowing up trucks in front of hotels. They don't got people running people over. They're everybody's nice.
Yeah, but they do have from what I have seen. I don't know if this is true because I'm an American, which means it's my God-given right to be ignorant. But I have seen Canada pull some weird dystopian future type shit where you're just like, that seems a little iffy. I remembered a while back was Trudeau and the Canadian government was introducing a bill that was going to fuck over Canadian farmers for some reason, and so the farmers protested by showing up by blocking traffic with their tractors and protesting and shit. And so on top of arresting people for protesting, the Canadians also figured out who was involved in the protest and essentially freezed all of their assets and basically locked everybody out from their money.
That fucking shit is mind-blowingly crazy.
Yeah.
One day you wake up, government fucks you over, and you go, hey, stop fucking me over. And they're like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to fuck you over even more.
Yep, exactly. How dare you tell us not to do what we do?
All your money.
Yeah. How dare you fucking question what we're doing?
I tell you what, you told any American tomorrow, hey, I heard you're going protesting tomorrow. We saw all your social media posts. If you decide to go out and protest tomorrow, we're going to take all your money. So you got your decision to stay home or go out in the middle of the road and do pointless shit. It's your choice.
Well, I mean, dude, there's people in Britain getting arrested over social media posts. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, the craziest thing I've seen of all time is the guy doing 3 years in prison.
Yes, 3 years
for
in prison.
putting a meme up that said "text your vote to this number," and he's sitting in. It was clearly a joke to vote
Yeah.
for Hillary. Text whatever. Clearly a joke. 3 years in prison for that. You can't even be a smartass online anymore without risking going to jail.
Yeah, it's unfortunately that's the times that we live in, man. And it's also why I'm not on fucking Facecam right now. You don't know what kind of fucking psychopaths there are out there.
Oh, I know what kind of psychopaths are out there. I went to it.
Yeah, they're at the green door.
You know, I've woken up with a dick painted in my car in the morning. Explain that to the studio guard. Driving into work.
It's a prop.
With the spray paint, I love dick painted on the side. The N-word painted on the garage door. That was great when they did that to me. It just goes on and on and on. The bag of dead puppies. We don't have time for that tonight. That's worse than the Opie cake stomping thing.
Yeah, I would say that's probably where the line would be drawn for me, is if you put a stack of dead puppies at my door, it's be like, okay, maybe this is going on a little too far.
So Trudeau is gone, and the more you've talked to me tonight, I don't want to go to Canada anymore.
Yeah, all of a sudden Canada got a lot less cool, didn't it?
It kind of did, and I don't know how to explain it. I've been to Vancouver quite a few times, Toronto a couple of times, but as soon as you get over that border, you feel it. And I don't know how else to explain it. Anybody that's been it's the same land, it's the same everything, but as soon as you get over that border, and the speed signs are in kilometers, you're like, oh my God, what the fuck is going on?
I don't remember if I've ever told this on the show before, but did I ever tell you that I did accidentally cross the border into Canada once?
No.
Oh, okay. So when me and my buddies were teenagers, I had a friend of mine who had some property in Idaho, and it was like, like within like a fucking stone's toss away from the Canadian border. Like if you just drove like 15 minutes in a straight line, you'd hit Canada. You know what I mean? And so and this was also like before everybody had a GPS tracker on their fucking cell phone. We still had to use maps to figure out where the fuck we were, And so so he had these four-wheelers, and we were just driving around on these four-wheelers, just dicking around. And then we eventually stopped because we realized, like, oh fuck, where are we? And so we stop, and so my buddy pulls out the map and he starts looking on the map. And so as I'm looking around trying to figure out where we are, I saw a fucking Mountie just walking up on us on his horse. And of course, me being a stupid American kid, I didn't think, oh, we must be in Canada, there's a Mountie. My first thought was, what the fuck's a Mountie doing here? Wait, what are you doing? Like, I was seriously just like, what are you doing in America? And so
I thought you guys only existed in cartoons. You guys are real on horses.
Yeah,
in the woods.
This motherfucker showed up, red uniform, on his horse in the woods, just walked right up to us. I was like, what in the fuck? And so yeah, he came up to us, and he basically just wanted to know what the fuck we were doing in Canada, and we're like, wait, Canada? He's like, yeah, you're in Canada. So I grabbed the map from my buddy and I looked, and I was just like, oh shit, we are in Canada. And so just like, and so we could see and so I looked at the Mountie, and I could see that he was trying to try to fight a smile, I'm just like, is there any chance that you could just let us go back home? and he's just like, I'll show you where the border is and you could go. I'm like, okay, awesome. but yeah, he was just like, you stupid fucking kids, you know.
You fucking it's kind of like that '70s show episode.
Yeah.
The Mountie, fucking Chog. What are you doing in Canada? What are you doing in Canada, man? What's your name? What's your name?
The Socratic method only works so many times.
Oh my God. Do you have any drugs on you? Do you have any drugs on you?
Well, yeah, but that's for later. When I'm off the clock.
Oh. Yeah, so old puss boy, old blackface, he's out. Old pretty boy. Old
Castro Jr.
son. Like a communist. Fucking no freedom.
Yeah.
There is really
And-
no freedom in Canada. And do you know the tax rate, right?
I do not.
61%.
Fucking what?
Yeah, they take 61% of your income in Canada.
Man, and I thought in America it was fucking bad. I mean, it's damn near 60%, but still, fucking 60. No wonder
Yeah,
Canadians can't have guns.
Well, the 60% though does include all health care.
Yeah,
you are getting something for it. At least you are paying a lot more, but at least you're getting something for it. You know what I mean? Unlike
Sure,
us,
but
who just pay a shitload of money and get nothing.
yeah, but a vast majority of that 60% that I'm paying is funding other people and fixing them and their problems, instead of for the very rare and few instances where I would actually need to go to the hospital. A vast majority of that paycheck is just to keep people from dying, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep them so we can keep fucking giving you drugs.
Yeah, so that we can keep charging you for cancer treatments and all that shit. Except we don't just charge you directly for having cancer. We just take 60% of your paycheck so that we can keep sick people less sick.
And I remember hearing the guy from Pastor Pussycat, the singer. What's his name? Tie Me Down, I think his name is, or Tay Me Down, whatever. So he wasn't feeling very good. He went to the hospital. They told him, well, you got lung cancer. You're probably going to die in about 3 weeks. He's like, what? Huh? What? Oh, yeah, your heart is large too, but the lung cancer, why fix it? And he's like, okay, I guess I'm going to have to call my friends. So he calls his friends. One of them is a doctor. He goes, come to my office. Comes to his office. He goes, you don't have fucking lung cancer. You have an enlarged heart. That showed up in the x-ray. And here, take this medication. Stop smoking. You'll be fine in about 2 weeks. And
It doesn't hurt to get a second opinion.
And then he goes, I went to another guy. Because he goes, well, one guy says, I got 3 weeks to live. Get your shit in order. And the other guy says, there's nothing. Here, take pills for a couple of weeks. You can be back on the road. Just quit smoking.
Yeah.
And he goes to another doctor. He says the same thing. He goes, I got to go to one more. Goes another. He had nothing. And the reason why he got diagnosed with that, he goes, because I have really good musicians guild insurance. I think, how many people are being misdiagnosed for cash in America? That's scary.
Oh, dude, that has to happen all the time, more frequently than they would like to admit or I would like to know, to be honest. Malpractice, I think malpractice is one of the main killers in hospitals more often than not,
I mean, I know somebody we're close to that was told that he was going to die.
Yeah.
He goes and sees another doctor, and the guy is having his best life right now. It's weird.
Yeah. it's and that's it. I also would, we were talking shit about Canada and Justin Trudeau, but it is also kind of the fault of our healthcare system is that they turned taking care of patients and curing illnesses and all that. They made it into a fucking business, and so it basically just turns into like, oh sure, you might have, yeah, you got an enlarged heart, and according to this X-ray, you got an enlarged heart. But after we looked you up, and it says, oh, you're a musician, and we looked up your net worth, and we assume that you have money. Yeah, it might be lung cancer.
That was definitely lung cancer. You're gonna die.
Yeah, so
we're gonna put you
get your
through some
affairs in-
chemo.
Yeah. It's, you got wigs, right? Yeah, you got wigs.
Do you know a cancer diagnosis gets a hospital paid $750,000?
That is a lot of money, but it's not like you're gonna fucking cure the cancer. You know what I mean? All that money is just trying to slow down the progress and hope it kills it.
So we've had all these problems and all of this shit in America. Everything can be solved in one day. But you know what? Some people will lose money, so we can't do it. Why do we still burn coal? Well, because people that mine coal still need to. We don't need to burn coal anymore, but these people still need money, so we'll still do it.
Yeah,
we don't need to do any of this.
Well, isn't that like the main fucking problem in places like West Virginia, where like West Virginia was a coal mining fucking state, but then when we stopped using coal as much, there's like a whole bunch of these fucking towns where everybody just flat out doesn't have any fucking work because the infrastructure was built entirely on coal mining.
I just don't understand why they just can't do something else. Why isn't there any common sense anywhere, ever?
I have no fucking idea. And
well, I guess we can't burn coal. I guess we're just going to smoke meth and cry to everybody and get welfare.
well,
I mean, come on.
Well, I imagine it's just easier to do that. I think that might be the main answer. But also, I would imagine that it is probably just government. There's probably just some bureaucratic bullshit that always ties people down whenever you try to do anything. You know what I mean? You can't just, like, in some parts in this fucking country, you can't even paint your own goddamn shed without getting permission from the city. You need to get permission to do basic shit now, you know?
Oh, I was told the other day by my neighbor, I have to get a permit to paint inside my house.
Inside your house that you own, you have to get permission.
Yeah, I have to have an EPA come out and make sure there's no lead, because if there's lead in the wall before I paint, well, it says, well, then I just won't paint anything. Fuck it. I guess I'll put wallpaper up. It'll be good. It'll be furry. I'll put some furry paper up. Who cares? Fuck it, hey. And then I have to get my pool in. I have to get my pool inspected before I refill it because it hasn't been inspected for. I'm like, what? Inspected? Yep, it's holding water. All right, here's a check for $50, asshole. Like you're saying, everything. You got to fucking pay somebody for fucking everything just to live. Becoming a homeowner sucks. I hate it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's. You're basically living like somebody who grew up poor and has a mansion now, where you're just like, yes, I have all this space. I am going to live in this section over here as everything else collects dust.
Oh, it's just ridiculous. Bill Maher was talking about he tried to put some solar power in his shed.
Mm-hmm.
6 years it took to get all the permits to actually do that.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this? Well, I know why we're doing it, because the guys that need to check on it, their union keeps them in business every year.
Yeah. And also, just in case you think it would be a good idea, this happened to a neighbor of ours where he complained to the state's government about the taxes that he was paying, the property taxes. And he was just like, I don't think this is correct. I think I'm paying too much. And so they said, okay, well, we'll send somebody down there to evaluate your land, and we'll see if your taxes are, if you're paying too much for taxes. And they sent the representative down there, and when he looked around, he's like, all right, so the last time we came out here, that building wasn't built, you didn't have that, and this, and this, and this. So according to our math, you actually owe us more now.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's like a gang coming after you.
It is. And so...
I mean,
you pretty much you pay for protection, and if you complain, well, then you either pay more money or they take your shit.
Unbelievable.
It really is.
Yeah. Everybody across America is dealing with these fucking ridiculous appraisals that are putting their taxes through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
I know people that own homes. Downright own everything. Can't afford the taxes. Got to move.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean you got to pay $700 a month to live in a house you already paid for and pay taxes on for 30 years?
Yeah,
that's insane.
The house is literally mine by all legal reasons. This is my house. I own it. I am not renting it. This is my home. Yes. So I can just live in this house now. I'll pay for my utilities and shit, but I just live in this house now. Well, no, you got to keep paying us money so that you can live in this house that you own. How does that make any fucking sense?
Nothing makes sense. People are paying taxes on their fucking Social Security checks. It's like, what? Income tax on on taxes you already paid into.
Yes. Income. Yeah, shit's just spiraling down, man.
In the meantime, Trump's coming in, giving everybody fucking tax breaks, every rich guy, and all of us are going to get fucked. Nobody seems to understand how that works, but all right. I don't understand what's going on. I've never heard a president like this. He sounds like a fucking 4-year-old. Well, you know what we're going to do? I think we should just talk to Canada and say, hey, you guys just want to be our 51st state, Canada? And it was like, Trudeau even today is like, go fuck yourself. Canada's never going to be a part of the United States. Mark my words. Trump's like, I don't know, maybe you should think about it. We're going to put tariffs on all your stuff or you could be with us.
Speaking of tariffs, I was talking with my Aussie buddies about that they were just, one of them asked me about that. It was like, what do Americans think about the tariffs on like imports from other countries? And I was like, to be honest, man, I don't know a damn thing about the economy or produce or I don't know how any of that fucking shit works. But one thing that I do know is, what the fuck are we getting from Australia?
Exactly, Kiwis.
Yeah, what are you so fucking worried about that you're going to get more money from the a fucking boomer of authentic Australian boomerangs and cheap ass fucking didgeridoos? What is your actual export to America? I don't know.
It's all fun and games now if you have to pay $600 for a bloomin' onion.
yeah, you know what? That will come back. You just go to Outback Steakhouses. A bloomin' onion entree, $60. What? Why? Tariff. Well, yeah, makes sense.
Pause says nobody actually owns their land or homes. The Queen of England or the person, the death takes ownership of the 100. And oh my god, my brain I got mersed. Immersion out. Holy shit! It just kicked in. I got this new. These guys sent me over this weed, but let me try to read it one more time here. Okay, let's get it together. Okay, the police right now. I'm either getting a DUI or reading this perfectly. So let's see. Here we go. Opening my eyes really wide. Nobody actually owns land or their own homes. The Queen of England or the person after her death takes ownership of this. Predates 1900s. I think I did it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
Close.
very good. Very good. It was like 98%.
I might get a second test just to make sure, but at least we're not going to jail. I made it through the second time better.
I wasn't taking you seriously the first time. Let me give it a solid attempt. But yes, that pause is correct in that regard. Yeah.
Taxes, man. I just, I hate them. I hate them.
Yes.
I just went. I'm going through it right now, and my taxes are fucking weird. I learned a long time ago from rich guys. Always get a loan beginning of the year. I always get myself a loan for. I'll just tell you, I get a loan for $120,000 at the beginning of the year.
Damn. All right.
And then I just have them send me a check every month out of that.
Right.
But that's not an income. That's a loan.
Right.
So now instead of using income and taking money out of my bank account and paying taxes on it, this is what all the rich guys do, is you just take a loan out and then you take the money out at the end of the year, pay off the loan. So that money did not go to you. It went to pay off a debt. So you didn't make a goddamn dollar all year. And you know who else does? You know who does that? You know who's the master of that? You know who's the genius that came up with that plan in 1980? It's this guy.
Nah. That woman's face. Just that look of, oh, fuck, what's he doing now?
Joe Biden has refinanced his home in Delaware
Of course.
171 times.
God damn.
Yeah. That's what kind of shifty asshole Joe Biden really is.
You know, I do agree with you. I don't remember which episode it was, but it was something that you said on one of your earlier episodes. As you were talking about all the shit that Joe Biden did, it was like you pardoned his son for all the fucked up shit that he's done. He's fucked over the economies and this, and this. Biden, just legalize weed and just be the best president we've ever had. You have so little time to just make it happen. You have one chance to save face. Just do it.
But he can't because he's sober Joe.
Yeah, and also, as everybody knows, smoking weed when it's legal is not nearly as cool.
And don't let Trump be the guy. Literally, Trump legalizes weed. We do not say one bad thing about Donald Trump the rest of the time he's in office, ever.
And that's going to be real hard for Johnny to do if that ends up being the case.
Yes. And like I said, I'm not a Trump hater. I think a lot of the shit he does is fucked up.
Yeah. But what I would argue, name me another president that hasn't done fucked up shit.
On the other hand, hopefully we'll get funny movies back this year. It seems finally the wokeness is over.
At least for another 4 years. We'll see.
I mean, if we could go another day with, and listen, I have no problem with the transgendered community, but I just don't want to hear about you no more. I don't. I want to hear about the people that are living on the streets. We need to help those people, not people that can afford fucking $800 a week at Sephora for makeup. Okay, we don't need to feel sorry for you. I need to feel sorry for the guy that's literally had to drink guy's pee last night just to survive one more day. Okay.
And that wasn't because he was thirsty. It was just because the guy asked for it for $20.
Oh my God. Did we hit record?
Yes,
Are we
did.
on the air? Okay. This is odd tonight. This broadcasting fucking puzzles me. Anyway, so we got that. Where were we?
Does it even matter?
Oh, we're at the bottom now. It's okay. It's kicking in. Yep, right at the hour. That's when the edibles kick right in. 58 minutes on the fucking note on the clock. So
What are you eating?
we got well tonight. I got a new pen that this company sent me a pen.
You're going on the dab train with me, huh?
Well, tonight we are smoking premium THCP, which are the edibles, the driving force, the 33 times stronger than normal THC, Delta 9.
But in dab version.
Dab version, half baked, is the company. The cart is a Primo Fruit Funk. It's a sativa THCP / CBD. 2 grams. Comes in the coolest little. Trying to think what that looks like. Kind of looks like a canteen a little bit. It's got a little glass window, a light, pretty cool. It's got a little ghost on the front. Very cool. Retail $79.95. 2 grams though.
Damn,
And,
that's
it's
2 grams for $80. But that's the shit that had you fucking bugging, where you thought you were levitating and shit.
yes, and it's I'm getting there. I took 2 puffs so far.
Yeah, maybe take one more for good luck.
Yeah, one more for luck, and then I tried it last night, and I'm like, I ain't feeling it. I know it ain't doing nothing to me. Nothing. I just kept chiefing it, and I woke up today, and I'm like, what in the fuck happened last night? I know. Last night I did the exact opposite. I thought I did a 3-hour show last night. It was 30 minutes. I literally thought it was. I looked. I'm like, oh my god, 3 hours is way too much, bro. You got to go to bed. It was 30 minutes. That's how high I was last night.
I was wondering why you cut your show so short. I thought it was because you started so late. You were just like, all right, let's just blast through this shit and call it a night because you were having issues. I didn't question it.
You have a show scheduled, I think, the night of when Trump gets in office on the 20th.
Is that on Tuesday?
14th? No, it'd be on the Monday, right?
Well, we could talk about it the day after then.
Yeah, we'll cover it on the news desk. That's the new Monday show.
Yes.
The old New Monday show, anyways. But anyways, we are live tonight. We are 2 stoned. Johnny and Marco are here tonight. We are working through several technical issues, but we're getting there, bro. I think we're coming around the corner. And as she comes,
as long as we don't blow any wind towards this very delicate house of cards that is Rumble Studio, we should be okay.
Yes, and welcome to tonight's edition of Grumpy Old Men, where we bitch about taxes.
Yeah.
Taxes, Frenchies, and them fucking Canadians. Fuck them guys.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we are doing this on Rumble. We gotta have some phrases and buzzwords to get their attention.
And why does Trump have such a hard-on for Greenland?
I really don't know. I think... Isn't there some fucking experimental shit in Greenland, or maybe it's Antarctica, where they have like some bunker where it's every seed of every plant from this planet that they have stashed away? Isn't that in Greenland?
I think so.
Like, that's the only thing I could think of.
And isn't Greenland not even... I think it's just a giant chunk of ice. I don't even know if there's land there. Is there land underneath the ice?
It's like the surrounding borders of Greenland are green. But yeah, like 90% of it is just nothing but ice.
So they ask Trump today, will you use any means necessary to get Greenland? And he goes, well, everything's always on the table. So basically, what he's saying is we are going to invade the Dutch because the Dutch own it. It's like we're gonna go over to the Netherlands and just take it from
I mean,
Amsterdam.
we made Alaska work.
How long do you
Somehow.
think it would take? How long do you think it would take to get to get Denmark? United States Army. How long? Half hour?
Yeah, I mean, like if we just showed up with the entire force of the military, like straight up invaded Greenland and just called the Netherlands and said like, "Hey, we took down your flag and Greenland's ours now." I bet you the fucking Dutch would just sit there and be like, "All right, so let me get this straight. You wasted billions of taxpayer money and manpower just to go all the way north and to plant your flag on a giant ball of ice in the ocean."
Yep. That's what our president wants to do.
And you expect us to fight you over a giant chunk of ice in the ocean.
Yeah. We got like warships and everything, but what are you gonna attack us with? The Dutch? You gonna throw wooden shoes at us?
I don't know, man. The Dutch were kind of a powerhouse, I don't know, 600 years ago. But yeah, you never know, man. They might have something up their sleeve.
Sneaky Dutch bastards. Fucking the only Wildem van der Sloot, the guy that killed that blonde chick. What's her name?
Yeah, that really narrows it down.
The one in Purdue, or what was that island where they killed the blonde Natalie Holloway.
Oh yeah, it was like wasn't his name like Jorgen van der Sloot or some fucking shit like that?
Yep, Jorgen van der Sloot.
Yeah, I remember it. Holy shit! How did I remember that?
Because he killed a pretty white girl.
Oh yeah, that's right. Patrice had a bit about that. That's how I remember that.
Yeah, that was best. That was the best. He's like, yeah, that one girl, and everybody's like, yeah, Natalie Holloway. He's like, no, I was talking about the ugly bitch in Germany, but I guess we know.
Yeah,
what's her name? And everybody's just like, oh.
Yeah. It was like, what was that girl that he killed like a week ago? What was her name? Yeah, exactly.
Oh God, we did a story on a guy. Where was it? I think it was in Oklahoma, where they let this psychotic guy out, tattoos on his face, just completely psychotic. He got let out on a technicality. The guy murdered somebody years ago. They let him out. He goes out and murders 6 people. Cops aren't even looking for the murderer. He's just robbing dudes and murdering whatever, but they're all like, Mexican guys or black guys, so nothing happens. He goes up to the good part of the town. He murders a blonde lady. They have that crime solved in an hour and a half.
Oh, of course.
So if you're a pretty blonde lady, they're going to look for... So the moral of the story is if you're going to kill ladies, make sure they're not blonde and pretty.
Well, yeah, that was part of the bit that Patrice had that I fucking love, where he said that, like, there was that cute white girl that went sailing out into the ocean that one time, and fucking Nancy Drew, like, she fucking spent like 2 years looking for her, and then there was a football team that went sailing, and then they went missing. He's like, they looked for them for about 20 minutes.
Yep.
They just sent somebody out to the shore and just went, nah, I don't see them.
Yeah, here's a paper if you did declare them all dead for your insurance or whatnot.
Yeah, he's like, that's why if I ever go sailing, I'm going to have a white baby on a keychain with me. So that way I could just send him a picture to be like, hey, listen, if I go down, this cute white baby's going down with me.
When I was a kid, I sat and watched too much TV Land as a kid.
Yeah.
And I haven't, ever since Gilligan's Island, never wanted to be on a boat.
Yeah, I really had no desire to be out in the ocean. I mean, I've I've been in the ocean before a few times, and every single time I've been like, yeah, this would be cool if it didn't, if it didn't smell like fucking scum everywhere you fucking went.
Exactly.
And
Oh, I love to go to the beach and clear my mind. Well, you love the smell of fucking fish shit.
yeah, and dead fish and people's garbage and God knows what the fuck else. I remember one time, me and my brother, we were out on it's a so do you know where Puget Sound is in Washington State?
Yeah, I do actually.
It's at that big island that's like in the little scoop in Washington where that lake is.
Yeah, okay, yep.
Yeah, okay. So there's another little smaller island that is near that's called Heron Island. And me and my brother went there one time, and they had a swim area where it was like a big, they had like a big netted off area where there's like you swim here and nowhere else. And we were just like, well, it's the fucking ocean. Why do we have a designated swimming area? And then fast forward to where me and my brother were just swimming around in our kayaks, just going around the island. And my brother just goes, holy shit. And I look over, and there's a jellyfish like the size of a basketball that just floated up.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, and my brother just took his oar and just poked it, and it just bloop, it just pushed it away. And we were just like, well, I'll be damned. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking kayaking. Yuck.
Yeah. I mean, I would rather be kayaking than swimming, but
Well, me too, but I already know. It's not for me. I have never done it, but I already know. Not for me.
yeah. I mean, I'm not a big. I mean, like I said, I have no problems being in the ocean as long as I can see the land. If I could see the land, then I'm okay. But if you expect me to go like deep sea fishing or scuba diving or any of that shit, you could go fuck yourself. I am not doing that shit at all. I had a buddy of mine who was really into scuba diving, and he offered to take me every time. And I'm just like, absolutely the fuck not. And he's just like, oh, come on. Do you really think I wouldn't be able to like show you what to do? I'm like, no, it's not that I don't trust you. I don't trust myself. I know that I know that I'm going to bump into something, or there's a fish that's going to swim by me, or like I am going to fuck myself up. I know this for a fact.
I'm going to scream like a girl. Ew.
Yeah. Some fish is going to like swim past my peripherals. I'm going to go, blah, and I'm going to spit out my fucking respirator and drown,
I just no. I don't have gills.
Yeah, exactly. If God wanted me to be in the ocean, he would have given me gills.
And I'm gonna put a little secret out there for I can't swim at all.
Have you? When was the last time you tried?
I think I was 5.
So you never really tried swimming before?
No, and you know what the ironic thing is I've owned 2 pools now. This is my second pool.
You never went swimming?
No, I would sit on the edge of the pool, put my legs in, or I would go on the shallow end up to my waist. But there was no swimming going on.
It's literally every dude with a pool. It's like, yeah, I got a pool. Never use it.
No, you don't. And everybody who doesn't have a pool wants to. He wants to jump right in that. You got a pool? Can I come over? Can I bring the kids? No, I don't want you and your kids screaming and hollering in my pool all day. Get the fuck out of here.
You're ruining my serenity. I'm busy listening to Phil Collins over here.
Yeah, I'm not even going to fill the pool here. I ain't even going to do it. Because there's no point.
Just turn it into like a dive for skateboarding.
Yeah, I mean, I'm too high. I'm too drunk. I don't need to come home one night and fall in the pool and go drowning myself. It's a hazard.
Well, what you need,
remember, I'm a fucking 4-year-old when I'm hammered.
Yeah.
What's over there? What's
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on, guys?
Oh, I've seen so many videos of drunk people just like walking into the fucking pool because they had like the pool cover over it. Just be like, oh yeah, this is fine, but the pool cover is just a tarp. You know?
Yeah, and it just surrounds you. It chokes you out.
Yeah, that happens to people a lot more than you think.
Yeah, I don't know. I went in the pool. I had to pay for a guy to come over every week to clean it and do whatever the fuck he did, and fuck my girlfriend that was there. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, that's part of the charge. They're like, you either pay the full price or you pay half and I fuck your chick.
Like Pip, Adam Sandler, swimming pools. Guy came over and fucked my wife. He fucked the cop's wife.
Yeah.
All we found was a van with a bunch of pool cleaning supplies, Sarge. Pool cleaning supplies.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. Pools for fools, man. And that's why I really, all these cruises that are going on are so cool. You got like 50 bands, for like a week, and you get to go to shows all day and all night. But you got to go on a fucking cruise ship.
Yeah, you're stuck on the goddamn ship. You can't do anything. If you're stuck with like insufferable people, you have nowhere to go other than the other side of the ship.
Every guy I know that went with his wife, when they got back, they got a divorce.
See, the problem is that you go on a fucking ocean cruise where you're gone for a fucking week. What you need to do is like what they do over in fuck, what's that lake? There's a big old fucking lake in Idaho. I don't remember which one, but they do lake tours where you get on a fucking ferry boat and they just go around this huge ass fucking lake that is so huge and so deep that there is literally a submarine in the lake. I am not even joking.
And we just go around at night, have a couple of drinks, and maybe a dinner.
Yeah.
Oh God, I've went on those, and river cruise.
Yeah, river cruises, lake cruises is like at least you're only there for like 2 or 3 hours, and then you get off and you're done.
I think we were in Mississippi one time. They had some weird gambling laws where you had to gamble on a boat.
Yeah,
and I guess every 24 hours, the boat has to go up the river, like I don't know, like 20 feet, and then back the river and parked again. So it moves. It has to move once every 24 hours. I'm like, why are you doing this? What's with the charade?
It's just a weird fucking legal loopholes. Where you could gamble on a boat because you can't gamble in a casino because gambling's illegal. You can't have a casino on you can't go gamble in a fucking casino. It's like, but if you have it on a boat, then you can't gamble you can't gamble your life savings on a boat if it's just on a boat and it's part of the cruise. You know what I mean? But if you have it running if you have it running 24 hours, then you absolutely can.
A nightmare. America sucks. It sucks and it doesn't suck. You know what I mean?
Well, I know that is that weird thing about being an American is that, oh yeah, with almost every breath I take, I will bitch about our government and how much this place sucks. But as soon as any of my fucking Aussie buddies go to talk shit about America, I am immediately just like, listen here, motherfucker, you don't know a goddamn thing about my country. You still spell like the goddamn British. You don't have a goddamn say in what my country does. Like it's like as soon as any foreigner talks shit about my country, it's like, nah, dude, your country's shit, and I'll tell you why. And I don't even give a fuck if it's true.
Yeah, well, we're at the end of capitalism here in America, so it's basically a giant trailer park. But you know what? We still got love for each other.
Yeah. Speaking of, what's your plan for when martial law is enacted?
wait, what can you do? You go
I
with
mean,
it.
yeah. I mean, but in Vegas, I imagine once they enact martial law, people are going to go fucking berserk.
People, it's like they've been talking about martial law since I've been like a kid.
Oh, of course.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It did happen one time in American history. The Boston bombers. When the cops were just fucking walking into everybody's house looking for that son of a bitch. There was no warrants. There was no knocking. We're coming in.
Yeah, but I'm not saying they should have done that. That is a gross violation of people's rights. But I also understand I understand why they did that because they're like, no, we are not letting this fucker escape. We are going into every goddamn house,
Looking at every crevice of the house, and you walk in, there's goddamn heroin and shit on the table. And
Yeah. Yeah, can you imagine like a fucking SWAT team just busted into your house as you're shooting heroin, and they're just like, do you know anything about this guy? They're like, no. Am I still under arrest? Yes, just not right now.
oh, here's the funny thing: is how many law enforcement and military members total are there in the whole world for Americans that are here in the United States right now?
Law enforcement that are here in America, I imagine it's got to be, it's got to be like a few million, right?
Yeah, so troops, add everybody all together, what, 10 million? Liberally 10 million troops.
I think that's some good stoner math.
That could carry, so 10 million people are going to carry out this on 300 million. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's all going to happen at once.
And also keep in mind the other 300 million also have access to guns and ammo, and a lot of them have been literally foaming at the mouth waiting for this day.
Exactly. That's the main reason martial law doesn't exist, because it can't. It's impossible.
That's literally my plan. Every time someone asks me if martial law is enacted, it's like, no, my plan is that I have all of my guns where I need them, and if I see movement when it crosses that goddamn line, it's dead. I don't have to worry about a goddamn thing. If I see it move, it's dead until martial law's over with. I don't have to do shit.
Exactly. Martial law. I've been scared of it my whole life. I've finally gotten out of my conspiracy phase. It took me a while, but I used to be scared every day about everything.
Yeah.
And then I just got better weed, and everything's better now.
Yeah, and then the conspiracy theories got fun.
When you when you figure out the real truth, and you go, well, this is what really happened, and everybody goes, no, it didn't. I'm like, no, really, this is exactly how it happened. Well, oh, by the way, remember I went in and I said, hey, by the first of the year, the drones will be gone? Guess what happened? The drones are gone.
Well, yeah, I guess they found the Jersey nuclear material.
Yeah, they found the microwave. And later to find out, I was wrong. It wasn't a microwave. It was a CAT scan that they were looking for.
I mean, that is expensive equipment, but I would argue that the drones are more expensive.
Yeah, I think they stole it more for the value of the CAT scan machine, the microwave CAT. It was a microwave CAT scan machine.
Yeah,
so it was a microwave, but it wasn't. I thought it was like microwaves that you cook, hot dogs in and shit. But no, it was microwave, high grade medical equipment.
Yeah, but yeah, I would understand why that would warrant the drones being sent. That makes a little bit more sense. But again, like I said, is like that's pretty ballsy move to send out drones to get a CAT scanner. Like that does sound like something you'd bust out for like military equipment,
Yeah, well, next December 1st, we will have drone sightings somewhere else in the country. Like I said, every year there's been sightings. But We're moved on about people even we're like, oh yeah, I forgot about them drones. I'm like, dude, it was 3 days ago. Oh, I forgot all about it already. It just leaves my mind.
Yeah. Now everybody's just counting the days until Trump becomes president. Nobody cares about the drones anymore.
Oh my God, the drones. No, what we really are worried about now is where we want to get Greenland. We want that fucking Panama Canal back. He's been listening to Van Halen too much. He wants to go down there and ease the seat back.
Come on, man. That is a great song, though.
It is the greatest song ever. Because it's so stupid. The lyrics, it's stupid. It's about a car.
Yeah.
But, you know, some people are just fucking cool. It's hard. I don't know how to explain it. But Van Halen, no matter what they did, it was just fucking cool.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't know if you caught the show last night, but like Van Halen would never put a song on like that fucking Tesla song I played last night. My God.
Oh God, I'm not even sure I want to talk about that song. Like, that legitimately brought me pain. It was like, what are you doing, guys?
Oh my God, it hurt watching that video last night. It physically hurt me. It was so bad.
Yeah, that was. I mean, I understand that they came from a time when you did like rock ballads, like that was just a thing you did. But there's no reason for you to do that now.
I'm like, is this for Sesame Street? What the fuck is this?
Yeah, even the music video looked like it was for fucking Sesame Street.
Like some Muppets playing guitars.
Yeah, it's the weirdest shit.
Dudes are all wearing wigs. Oh my God, it's great though. Oh my God, you know that's why I'm doing that show. I got PTSD. All my heroes. Deep Purple. I play the new Deep Purple song, and I actually physically had to throw up.
Yeah. Deep Purple just isn't the same without Richie Blackmore.
God, not one wife in the band that goes, "Hey guys, you know that the music sucks." All right, so we're moving right along tonight. Two Stone, Marco and Johnny back after a hiatus, and we are. We're just behind on everything. I cannot get a hold of our shoe contact, so the shoe announcement another week. Sorry, guys. You know me. I get everybody all wrapped up in everything, and then when it comes down to it, it all goes to hell. But
yeah,
they should be back probably tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll get the new shoe announcement next week.
Okay, good.
So what I think would make a ton of money, and what I think would be cool, is those like you ever stay at like a Courtyard by Marriott?
A Courtyard by what?
Like by Marriott or what's a couple? Well, anyways, they got like inside they got like a bar, right, and a restaurant, and you take and the rooms are all around in a circle, like a cruise ship would be.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
Like a hotel with a giant atrium in the middle.
Yeah, okay.
So why, instead of going out on these stupid fucking cruises, why not just rent that whole fucking thing out? Everybody has a room there. There's conference rooms for secondary shows. You can cater the food in every day. And you don't have to worry about fucking a ship sinking.
I don't know.
I would go to that.
Yeah,
like Creed, like the Creed cruise, but indoors. Who would not sign up for that?
I will say though, I have seen some pretty cool footage of what's that fucking? It's like a metal tour that they do in like California, where they have all these different metal bands on this giant fucking barge ship thing, and they just do this big metal concert out in the ocean. And I've seen some pretty fucking killer footage come out of that, where there's like, like Slayer is just playing like Angel of Death, and there's just the sea is just crashing and storming around them. I was like, dude, this does look fucking sick.
Oh, it does look sick. It's just I just so scared of going on those ships.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't
Can we
blame you
just
at
bring
all,
that-
man. I'm right there with you.
The main reason I'm scared is when COVID hit. Do you remember the people that were on that ship and are like, "We don't want you. You got to stay out there." And they're like, "Well, the toilets don't work and there's no food." Well, too bad. We ain't coming to get you. You're stuck there. Figure it out.
Just shit in
I'm like,
the
if that
ocean,
ever
you
happened to me,
idiots.
I would probably jump off the boat and try to swim in and die. I couldn't be in a. Oh my God, the shit was everywhere. The sewage backed up to everybody's toilets. Ugh. And everybody seems to get food poisoning on those fucking ships too, for some reason.
Well, of course. Well, you got to prepare food for what a week-long voyage, and if you got a bunch of fucking teenagers or young kids that are supposed to feed these guys, or you just get a fucking crew that's just hung over and they don't give a shit. It's like, what do you got to do? Fire me? We're in the middle of the fucking Atlantic Ocean.
You know, that's almost $150,000 a year job to be a house musician on a boat.
I don't know if it's worth $150,000 a year to risk being stranded in a fucking ocean with a bunch of morons.
I got a bunch of buddies that did that were in bands I knew growing up, and oh my God, they were depressed.
Yeah, I bet.
Number one, you're not allowed to have sex on the boat with anyone unless you bring your wife with you, and then that cuts out of your pay.
Right.
So you can't fuck any of the guests. You can't fuck any of the people you work with. So you're stuck at sea. Can't fuck nobody. And you have to play 8 sets a night. All day, all night.
Congratulations, you've learned what being the bard of a sailing ship is what it's like. Dance, monkey, play the song.
Play the song. I know comedians that do that. Oh my God. Oh, the bad food and no sex, no drugs.
Well, yeah, are you gonna fucking do coke from a stranger that you just picked up in Florida?
No. Well, probably.
Well, you probably would, but maybe not your buddies.
No, just guys that hang out the green door. Me and Paz. I'd like to take him out there one night. That'd be great. There's a dark secret to the cruises. They do it to tag people to advertise them and get them trafficked. Well, you know, every day I get up that I don't have a really nice looking ass and I have a small penis. Trafficking me for sex would I don't think any sex wants to fuck me or would pay money. I have to literally hypnotize women to have sex with me.
Yeah, they would bring you in to be trafficked, and then they get one good look at you and just be like, nah, and then you just hit you with a blackjack and you'd wake up in the desert.
I hypnotize all the women that come over to my place. I hypnotize them to have passionate love-making sessions, and then when I snap my fingers in the morning, they will clean the place and then leave. Fucking sickos, them guys that can hypnotize people. Have you been hypnotized?
No, I've had the opportunity a few times, and every time I'm just like, no, I'm good.
Have you ever been on one of them stupid hypnosis shows?
I have, yeah, and I have a couple of times, and one time the hypnotist wanted me to come up on stage, and I was just like, no, I'm good. And he's like, you sure? I'm like, no, I'm fine. And then he picked somebody else. But then after the show, he came up to me and asked me why I didn't want to do it, and I was just like, well, for one, I think what you're doing isn't real, and number two, on the off chance that I'm wrong and it is real, why the fuck would I let you do that?
Yeah, what happens if you're in a supermarket and out of nowhere, a sound hits that he hypnotized you with, just a frequency. The next thing you know, you're sitting in the middle of the thing going, clucking like a chicken, going, somebody take the golden goose out of my ass.
Right.
Is that what insane people are? Is just people that have been hypnotized?
Yeah, maybe, but
Are we sure? Pause. You know, he talks about all this government conspiracy thing. Did you maybe just go to a hypnotist show? Pause at one time. A goddamn JJ medicine hat got him.
See, this is why you go to the green room instead of the magic shows when you go to Vegas.
Yeah, stay away from the magicians. They're creepy.
They're real creepy. You think the people in the green room are creepy? No, the magicians are creepier because they have money.
I got a really creepy magician story. A quick one.
Okay.
You know, Carrot Top. You know the top,
Yes.
the Carrot Top.
Yes.
So he goes to the brothels a lot,
Okay.
like tons, and he pays for sex. But do you know
let me just interject by saying what?
Carrot Top has to pay for sex? He's such a handsome man.
Yeah, especially after that surgery.
What?
I can't believe it.
What am I talking about?
Carrot Top pays for sex.
Carrot Top, fuck, man. That guy's so ugly. It fucking reset my brain. So he goes. So he pays girls to watch him jack off.
The old Louis C.K.
He does the old, but he likes to add the Spider-Man at the end. Like he likes to. He's a Louis C.K. Navarro guy. He eats them both.
The C.K. Navarro.
And I asked him, he goes, why? Why would you do that? And he goes, I don't know. You know, it's different. And I'm not going home going, hey, should I put Coca-Cola on my penis? Googling, what should I put on my penis to not get an STD? What else am I looking at? Do I need to stick something up my ass? What's going on? Do I have AIDS now? This way, 100% not getting any STDs. But still getting kinky.
Yeah, I mean, I can't deny the logic there, but I just don't get that as a fetish. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't understand how guys can do that. I would feel way too fucking awkward just standing there with my, just standing there and she's just on her knees or just standing there watching me. And I'm just sitting there going like, so, you like what you see? I can tell that you don't, but that's fine. It's just like, what am I supposed to do? This is like, I would just feel, I wouldn't know what to do. I would just be like, do I talk to you? What do I say? I don't.
Do I look away? Am I looking you in the eyes while this happens?
Yeah. Am I supposed to look at you? Is that why you're here? I don't want to look at you. I'm like, that's the thing I don't get. Like.
I have a naked woman in my presence. The last thing I'm thinking about is masturbating.
Yes, I literally have you here. I'm like 2 steps away from getting what I want. Why would I just stop here and be like, nah, this is good enough. Third base works for me.
All right, how much to watch and how much for the Navarro add-on?
How much for the Navarro add-on?
See, that's going to be our little code for the show, Navarro. Only if you know what a Navarro is. God bless Dave Navarro. Now, we got one music clip before we move on.
Ooh, okay.
Steven Adler, drummer for Guns N' Roses, was fired for doing drugs in Guns N' Roses.
Did he finally receive the letter after what, 40 years?
No, this is originally when he was fired. We finally know the real reason he was fired. Finally,
Because he was doing drugs.
well, they fired him for the drugs.
Uh-huh.
See, here's what Axel had to say.
We gave him every ultimatum. We tried working with other drummers. We had Steven sign a contract saying if he went back to drugs, then he was out.
It's playing, but I don't hear anything.
He couldn't leave his drugs. And
The hell? Oh, this thing.
other things have happened involved with Steven.
He
that
can't even get
Steven's
mad anymore.
basically
It's just
someone I
whatever.
used to know. It makes me feel bad.
There he is,
but,
all sexy.
there's other things beside the band that
I mean, in the
he
history
was
of
involved in
time.
with his drugs that
Oh, there he is.
been very dangerous and scary.
Axel
and
scared me.
I want nothing to do with him.
All right. So basically, he said that they fired him for drugs. He's on drugs. He can't stop doing the drugs. Well, the real truth is, Axel came home. His girlfriend wasn't home. Where's his girlfriend? She's cruising, looking all over the place. Where the fuck are you at? Where the fuck are you at? Well, when he's saying it was dangerous being around him, what the problem was is Steven Adler was shooting drugs with Axel's girlfriend. Axel busts in the house, goes over to Steven's house, busts in, sees them both passed out, tracked up. So he's while they're writing the music, Steven is fucking getting high with Axel's girlfriend. That's why he was fired, not for the drugs. They used that as an excuse.
I mean, I will commend him for taking the diplomatic approach and just being like, yeah, it was about drugs. But it was like, no, because he was doing drugs with my girlfriend, which means that he was doing my drugs.
Yeah, fast forward 40 years later, Steven Adler goes, I'm a 20% holder of Guns N' Roses. I never signed anything. Axl Rose, you owe me $39 million. And they had to pay him $39 million.
For kicking him out of the band.
Yeah, since he's been out of the band for all the royalties they didn't give him. He owns 20% of everything Guns N' Roses.
How the fuck did Axl manage to let that slip past him?
Well, because he thought he was gonna fucking OD and die. He didn't have to worry about him. The fucking guy smoked so much crack one night he had a stroke.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Yeah. Although it seems like he lost the gamble though.
Yeah, so he you can't give a junkie $40 million.
No. Because usually it doesn't end well for them.
Yeah, Paul says there's a simple trick to shut people's minds down and rewire. I know that. As a pickup artist, I know how to rewire a woman's mind into thinking I'm a good-looking guy. It's an art.
It's called booze.
Ooh, it's tough. I'm going to give one last sexual thing before we move on and finish this bad boy up tonight. Is women are hornier than men. Women want to get laid more than men. If a woman leaves the house, she is planning to fuck you. She's not going to go through all of that trouble shaving and crimping and making the cooter smell good and cleaning that butt up really good for the night. And you know what I mean? Buying special outfits. They want it. So guys, you already got it. All you have to do is not blow it. And that's where the trick is.
Yeah, that is the trick, is just to not blow it. And it's easier than it sounds, but it also isn't at the same time. It's a very weird hurdle that you got to get over, because it's not. Actually, to bring it back to Patrice, it was a thing I heard him say on Opie and Anthony at one point, where he was just like, I remembered that I would spend a vast majority of my life just sitting there going like, what is it that these that these men do to get women that I don't have. And I thought it was that, is it because they have more money than me? Is it because they have a six pack? Is it because they have a better car than me? Is it no? That is a factor, but the main thing is confidence. Even if you do fumble, if you do it confidently enough, they might just be impressed with how much you don't give a shit about how bad you fumbled. You know?
Exactly. The key to modern day cocksmithery is, do you want to know how women want to be treated? Go ahead and just go on YouTube at any time and watch an episode of Leave It to Beaver and watch how Ward doesn't cry. Watch how Ward doesn't say shit around her. He only talks shit with the boys at the club. Women want the 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s guy. That doesn't exist anymore. And once you show them that you're tough and you're rugged and a little stupid, they love you when you're stupid. Women love dumb guys.
They love dumb guys until they realize the full extent of their stupidity.
Yeah, sometimes I'm being really dumb and seeing if they're picking up that I'm joking. A lot of times they don't, and they take me literally.
Yeah.
And I find that funnier than I would rather do that than get laid. I'm at that point now where I love trolling bitches more than I love fucking them.
Do you have any idea how many times I've been introduced to like somebody's wife or somebody's girlfriend, and we're just hanging out and I talk to them and I'm just like, yeah, this chick seems real nice, and then it's just me and her talking and I just go like, let's say my buddy's name is Jeff. It's just like, now listen, don't take this the wrong way when I say this. Jeff is my friend. I love Jeff. That's why I'm hanging out with him and that's why I'm talking to you. But why Jeff? You know what I mean? Where I'm just like, look, I have nothing against him, but really? This guy? You know what I mean? And they just
stinks.
Yeah, it's just like he is like the biggest fucking idiot I have ever met in my life. You're fucking around with this guy? And they just sit there like, yeah. And it's like, what is wrong with you? Like,
I'm gonna go look in I'm gonna see a lot of medications in your fucking cupboard, ain't I?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure that there's a lot of that. But as the old saying goes, is what is it? What was it? If you can make her laugh and giggle, you can see that ass jiggle.
Yep. Here's the key. I keep a woman laughing. If you're not a good-looking guy, you got to keep them laughing. You know why? Because their eyes are closed 70% of the date. When women laugh, their eyes close. They don't look at you. They feel something spiritually, and they're not looking at you because their eyes are constantly closing. They only get a glimpse of you, of what you really look like. Even though you look like Shrek, she's gonna suck that dick. She shaved tonight. She's getting something.
Yeah, my hypothetical friend Jeff that I brought up, every time I would go over and hang out with them, it's you've hung out with me enough to know that I like to crack jokes and talk shit,
Yep.
and every time I try to talk shit and I bust balls, like almost everything I say, his wife laughs hysterically at, and literally every time without fail, it's her laugh and then he says, Marco, shut the fuck up. Every time without fail. And I'm just sitting there going like, do you really think I'm trying to steal your chick right now? I'm just trying to be nice, But it's just every fucking time he's like, shut the fuck up. Stop making her laugh. I'm like, why? What am I doing?
I'm just having fun.
Yeah, I'm just having fun. I'm not doing anything. What's wrong with you?
It's like that Seinfeld episode where he told Jerry not to be funny.
Yeah.
I don't know. The world's pretty morose out there. And she fell in love with fucking sad Jerry.
Yeah, she fell for how depressed he was.
Now, I wouldn't recommend the prank I've pulled on a buddy. And my buddy
Mhm.
Paul and I got to loan with his fiance before they got married back in the day. I looked at her seriously and I go, does Paul's sperm still taste like kind of cinnamony? And I just walked away, and the look, like she froze in time, I think, for about, I don't know, 4 days there in the kitchen. And I got a call like 3 days later, and he's like, "You motherfucker! Trina thinks I'm a fucking fag now."
Well, yeah, you gotta test. You gotta. Well, first of all, I think you should ask her why she doubts you. I thought that you were that confident and she trusted you that much. Obviously, she doubts your sexuality. You need to talk to her about that. That sounds like a you problem.
Not my problem. You didn't go through puberty and have your voice change. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm not allowed to hang out with my friends. Their wives won't. Any guy that's married, I'm the guy in the movie where you can't hang out with me. And by the end of the movie, though, I'm going to find out my ways, stop smoking pot, get a haircut, and
then die a month later.
Get a job. Yeah, be like John Lennon. Finally put your life together, then you die.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as you get your shit together, he's like, I'm finally at peace, hit by a bus.
Here's what I figured out in my life experience. All right? If you're a piece of shit, right, there's no redemption. Mm-hmm. The day you retrieve redemption, that is your death day. Continue to do the drugs. Continue to do everything, because when you become a nice guy, it doesn't hapen. Write it out. Just write it out. Write out your horribleness.
Actually, one thing I could think of is kind of relevant to that. I'm sure you're familiar with the Nobel Peace Prize and the Nobel Lifetime Achievement Awards and all, the Nobel Awards.
Oh, absolutely. In my queue every year.
Right, exactly. Because everybody watches the Nobel Peace Prize Awards. But Nobel, who they named the prizes after, was actually the man who invented dynamite. And he was the first person to get a Nobel Prize for inventing dynamite. But he was also regarded as the merchant of death because he invented dynamite. And dynamite was used for mining, yeah. And it made mining a lot easier and safer. But it also was a bad idea to when you were using prisoners and slave labor to make those tunnels. And then one of them gets the bright idea of like, wait a minute, I have an explosive in my hand. I'm getting the fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
Just good old boys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, some redneck shit. So he was known as the Merchant of Death for a long time, and like, I think it was like 12 years before he actually died, there was a rumor going around that he had died, and literally every obituary in the newspaper was nothing but praises of how like good news, everybody, the Merchant of Death is dead. Here's what this piece of shit has done. And he read it in the newspaper. It was just like, oh my God, everybody hates me. Like, he was just straight up like, everyone hates me because I made dynamite. And so ever since then, like, all of his money he donated towards like charities and like building libraries and schools and shit to try and save face.
I need to build more shit so we can blow it up.
We need to demolish that building. I got just the thing.
Oh my God, the Nobel Peace Prize. I think Obama won one year after he murdered people with drones, but whatever.
Well, that was after he got the prize. It doesn't count after that.
Oh, you don't have to be peaceful after you get the prize.
Yeah. No, as soon as you get the prize, you're just like, there we go. I have achieved my lifetime of peace. Now I could kill innocent brown people and no one will care.
Oh my God. Fucking unbelievable what's going on out there. What? So a lot of people are getting their weed legalized finally. Minnesota finally looks like shops are going to finally open. Georgia today, they got their medical cards. 25,000 people signed up. We know there's an area by you that just absolutely sucks with marijuana right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
We want people tense and shooting each other here. So let's make marijuana illegal and let's make ammunition half price.
Well, yeah. What are we supposed to report on the news if everybody's stoned and happy?
Exactly. Capitalism is keeping people scared and depressed.
Yeah. But
So it is.
that's how it fucking goes. They make you sad and depressed until you just go around to the store and just be like, oh, I'm so sad. Or you go look at through Amazon or something. It's like, I'm so fucking sad. I'm so depressed. Oh, wait a minute. That video game that I wanted is on sale. Yeah, this will work. And then you play the video game and then you beat it and you're just like, well, I've achieved nothing. That snack that I ate, yeah, it was really delicious, but now it's gone. Now I'm sad again.
I have not hooked my gaming system up yet.
I keep fucking telling you need to hook that shit up so that we
can't do it. I can't have it. It's a problem.
How
it's
is it a
fucking problem?
One cord is for power. One cord is the HDMI that you plug into your TV. It's not that goddamn hard.
No, not hooking it. That of course is easy. I'm talking about I am nuts when it comes to games, and I will stay up. I played Madden. The times there was a month where I wasn't doing a lot of shows because I'd look at my controller and then I would look at the notebook with nothing written on it yet and go, I got to beat some of them motherfuckers on Madden tonight. And before you knew it, 3 days would be gone. I'd be up for 3 straight days. I can't stop. I got a problem. And I'm like, all right, you know what? If I don't plug it in, I can't do it.
Well, one thing I would say that if you do decide to get onto your PlayStation, one thing I will say you should jump on is a boxing game called Undisputed. It's a boxing game, like I said, but it has a whole bunch of legacy and named fighters that you could pick and choose from, and you could just beat the shit out of each other. It's a good time.
Yeah, but it's just an hour of doing the same thing with your thumb over and over again. It's so boring. Come on.
Well, I mean, it's not like Mortal Kombat where you just mash combos. There's actual fucking but. Maybe it just makes sense if you've actually boxed in a ring before, but how the controls work is it does kind of feel like a boxing game, Oh,
I'm just fucking around. I know.
Oh, okay.
A lot of them shooting games, though, I'm just I can't, about a half hour in, I'm just my thumb hurts. I don't want to play anymore.
Yeah, I've given up on fucking a lot of those first-person shooters. I was telling somebody the other day, one of my buddies, he came up to me and was like, hey, man, if I got you Call of Duty Black Ops 6, would you play it with me? And I just sat there and I was just like, Black Ops 6? He's like, yeah. I'm like, I haven't played Call of Duty since Black Ops 2. And he just looked at me like I just aged 40 years. You know what I mean? It's just I haven't played Call of Duty in so fucking long. Even if you did get me that game, I will just be absolute shit right out of the gate, and I would be useless.
Every time I'm trying to play Call of Duty, I walk up to a cliff, and I don't know where to go. I can't go up, I can't go down. I don't know. Where are you? I don't know. I quit. Pause Reality agrees is my problem because I've fallen victim to being the nice guy. No, you know what? I'll let you in a little secret, guys. You're not a nice guy. You're not a nice guy. You have low self-esteem. You're not a nice guy. You have low self-esteem.
You're not a nice guy. You're just playing it safe.
Yeah, well, You know what being nice get you killed. Get you killed in life, get you killed in this world. God, put your big boy pants on and go play some pussy. All right, I'm sorry.
Yes, and let me just preface this by saying that this advice is not like relationship advice for like if you're in a relationship with somebody. This is for like if you're just trying to get a female. Like if you're trying to get a woman, is like you don't really need to do much in order to get a chick. If you want a long a long lasting loving relationship, I don't know if I'd listen to us. But if you want to get a chick, is like it's not that fucking hard. All you're doing is psyching yourself out.
Yep. And by the way, everybody, dating sites are a complete scam. It's just a way to get your money. There's not a lot of women on those, and the ones that are on them are getting nailed like crazy and are full of syphilis. So I would put that fucking what is that app? The sex app. The Grinder.
That's the wasn't Grinder shut down? I thought Grinder was shut down.
370 in Fortnite. That's something I've never played. I've never played Fortnite.
Yeah, I played Fortnite when it first came out, and I hated it. And then people kept telling me like, "Oh, well, you hate it just because you haven't beaten it." So then I played it just enough to where I eventually beat it, and I felt nothing. I was just like, I feel nothing from this victory. I hate this game.
Yeah, I've only beaten one game ever in the history of games. Yep, that's it. And it was what do you call it? Grand Theft Auto.
Which one?
I think Vice City.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a classic.
I got through cheating, of course. I didn't do it. All cheat codes, all of course, maximum armor. It's like, well, I could just solve this whole problem with one shot from a bazooka.
Yeah,
I don't need to sit here and snipe it. I'll just blow up the whole building. All right, mission over. Good. On to the next.
Yeah. Hey, it's not cheating if the game lets you do it, right?
You lose some points at the end, but who cares?
Oh no, they're gonna mark that I cheated on my perfect score. Who's going to care?
And I kept looking at 90%, 94%. I'm like, all right, I am not stopped 3 days in a row. Finally get to the end of it. And only thing that happens is the credits roll. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's it? I was so disappointed. I don't even know why. I felt like a guy getting stood up on his prom date.
Yeah. Well, if you liked the GTA games, then I would suggest you look into getting Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, I did that. That horse riding, it drives me crazy.
You played the first Red Dead Redemption, I imagine.
Yep.
Okay, listen, Red Dead Redemption 2 is nothing like the first Red Dead Redemption. The first Red Dead Redemption is just Cowboy GTA. That's all it was. But Red Dead Redemption 2 is something else entirely.
Yeah, that's what people keep telling me, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's a Rockstar game, so it can't be too far off from what Grand Theft Auto is.
Yeah, it's it basically just has it's a lot more cinematic. It feels a lot more like you're watching a Western than it is like you're playing a video game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And let me tell you something. As my dad is an old school fucking gamer, and by that I mean when he was a kid, he played Pong when it first came out, and he's played video games ever since he was a kid. And I remember when fucking Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, and I see all these reviews of people either praising it highly or just shitting on it, and I am just blown away by people shitting on this game. And then I just look over, and my dad literally has his character on the peak of like the highest point of the mountain in the game, just looking over the horizon, just being like, "This is the most amazing game I've ever played in my life."
Because the only time they ever got graphics close to that was that stupid Dragon game back in the day. It was like
Which one?
Dragon Force or something like that.
Dragon Force is a band.
Yeah, there was like a game. I was watching the retro TV channel where they had a game that you went to the mall and it had like the most like advanced graphics ever, and it was like something Castle.
Castlevania.
Castlevania, yeah, that was the first like real game because the rest of it was basically just dots until then.
Yeah. I mean, Castlevania's fucking cool. The OG Castlevanias, they're tough. They're real fucking hard.
I remember a couple years ago, I got one of those Atari retro consoles where it has like every game Atari ever made.
Yeah.
And I am on that thing, and I'm like, how in the fuck was this entertaining at all for anyone ever? It's dots.
Because there was nothing like it.
Oh, it's so bad. The only game that's playable is Space Invaders, basically, out of the whole thing, and that's boring after 5 minutes.
No, I remember talking to my dad about those fucking consoles back in the day, and I was talking shit about the Commodore 64. That fucking thing where it's like it was just like it looked like half of a fucking PC. That was you play video games on this fucking thing, and he just looked at me. He's like, "Listen, don't talk shit about the Commodore 64." I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" He's like, "No, that thing was revolutionary." I'm like, "How? How is this thing revolutionary?"
Compared to the Atari games, I can imagine like night and day difference.
Yeah, compared for the time. Yeah, I imagine it was real fucking cool, but it got outdated real fucking fast.
And I remember I was over at this chick's house, and they had an Intellivision retro console over there from back in the day. And it's like stick guys walking around throwing a football. It was the worst thing ever. How these kids sat and played those games like your dad, I don't understand. Didn't take much to entertain those kids back in the day.
No. Well, it was either play Pong, watch TV, go play outside, or pick up an instrument. Those were your options, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. And the TV turned off at midnight. There's nothing else for those guys to do.
No.
Other than stupid shit.
Oh, yeah, my dad got up to plenty of stupid shit.
And everybody's like, all them old guys, she was like, man, our music was the best, man. Music used to be everything. Oh, but that's because that's all you had.
Yeah, that was literally your identity. That was all. Yeah, it was all you had. You didn't have a TV in your pocket everywhere you went, but you had your CDs everywhere you went.
Yeah, but kid had a TV in his room back then. He was rich.
Yeah, it's literally that bit in Back to the Future, where they're just like, "Oh, you have a TV?" He's like, "Yeah, I've got one in my room." Like, wait, you have two TVs? Like, no one has two TVs. Shut up.
So, in 1968, a 22-inch television, the biggest one you could buy, guess how much it was?
Oh, in 1968 money, I'm gonna say 500.
No, pretty close. $387.
Whew.
Now you can go to Walmart right now and get yourself a 55-inch TV for 196 4K, greatest television ever built, for $197 online right now. So not only is the TV 3 times the size almost,
it's better quality, and I bet you it's a smart TV, so you don't even have to pay for a subscription service. You just have all the garbage TV you want built into the fucker.
And everybody's like, well, why didn't everybody have a TV back then? Well, because it was like 3 months worth of work.
Yeah, because it actually costed money back then to make a fucking TV. It was revolutionary. It was revolutionary technology.
And only rich people had TVs for a long time, and now anybody can have a fucking 70-inch TV for under $500 now.
There's fucking homeless people that have cell phones.
And just to kind of, you could buy a Corvette back then for $1,800.
Yeah, good luck trying to get a Corvette now.
A Corvette now is $150,000. So a TV should literally cost like $6,000 right now, and like inflation. That TV that was $300 should be about way out of hand.
Yeah. The evolution of technology makes no sense to me. But I guess the car one makes sense because if you're in America, there's like, well, everybody needs a car. You can't hardly function in an American society if you don't have a fucking car, unless you live in like Los Angeles or something where you don't need a car. You can just walk or take the bus. But for 99% of the rest of the country, if you don't have a car, you're fucked. Like
100% fucked.
So yeah, of course they're gonna charge $180,000 for a Corvette. It's like, oh really? You're gonna drive your Corvette to work, you fucking asshole?
I went and looked at one, and I just went to sit in it, and I'm like, no, it's such a pain in the ass getting out of it. I'm going to hurt myself.
Speaking of which, how's your IROC treating you?
It is spectacular. I took it out for a couple of rides, but it's in such great shape. I'm so scared that you can't park it anywhere.
It is huge.
Could you imagine if I just took it to Ralph's Supermarket up the street here, and I'm coming out with my cart, and some little kid just smashes the door into my car? I'm like, oh, you fucker!
Yeah,
I would kill it.
Oh yeah, my dad had. I think it was the same IROC you got actually, but with the red interior. And
sweet.
Yeah, it was sick. And like he would like pick me up from school in that fucking thing, and we would go shopping in that thing. But yeah, I do remember every so often we would be like, just talking with somebody outside, or he would drive the IROC to a family function or something, and he would just be like half listening to the conversation because he was just like staring at his car the whole time, just be like, yeah, that's real neat, son. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. What was that? Yeah,
I think it's a good idea to play frisbee that close to my car over there.
Yeah, maybe throw with your right hand. Don't throw it left so much.
But they got me so freaked out about technology now in cars. I don't want it.
Oh yeah, I literally saw a fucking thing on Vice where they brought in a dude who was like an expert hacker who was just like, any fucking car with a computer I can hack in under a minute. And it was like, okay, so they brought this fucking dude in, and they got like some fucking piece of shit like Kia or something, and he just got into the passenger seat and pulled out his laptop, and he's like, all right, so make sure that the car's turned off and park it like you normally would. He's like, okay. Park the fucking car, and the dude pulls out his laptop and just goes click, 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 and like doesn't even like plug in anything. He just remotely just types away at his laptop, and then sure enough, in a minute, he turns on the fucking car. And he was like, what the hell? He's like, no, watch this. Types away on the keyboard. He's like, now your car is going to turn 360 degrees right. Then he hits enter. The steering wheel turns right, and the dude just drives in a circle. And he's just like, this motherfucker did that in like a minute, like it was nothing.
So what's gonna stop like rental companies and shit doing that to your car? I was thinking about that. And that New Orleans guy just took a right and smashed into those people. Yep. Like anytime somebody could hack into your car and make your car do that.
If they wanted to, but it also raises the option of why would they do that? If someone was that smart that they were able to hack your car, they would use that to just ensue chaos. I feel like if you were smart enough to do that, you would at least find some sort of monetary gain from it. Not be a fucking like a comic book supervillain. You know what I mean?
I mean, comic book supervillain sounds really good on a resume.
Yeah. I imagine it is fun, but what's the point? Where's the money to be gained? I just don't see the point.
Oh my God, it was just something else. I got my 87 truck and my 87 IROC, and I ain't buying nothing new the other thing is, say you're a murder suspect, right?
Mhm.
They just can go run the code in your car, and it tells you exactly where you were, when you went there. Everything is tracked. Every movement you make is currently tracked now in any new car.
Yeah, well, it's not just your car, but I mean, shit, even if you don't have one in your fucking car, you have one on your goddamn phone. I remember there
Yes,
was
you do.
I think this was like last year or 2 years ago. Maybe you heard of it, but there was this, it was like a college campus in Idaho where there was like in one night, there was like 4 girls who were murdered in their dorms, and they believe that they caught the guy and they arrested him. And one of the things that they said was that, like, yeah, well, we tracked the GPS on his phone and he passed by the dorms. What was it, like within the span of a week, he passed by the dorms like 20 or 25 times. And I'm just like, okay, now here's the thing. It's like, okay, on paper, when you put it like that, sure, that does look suspicious as fuck. But if you just have a regular ass job, you probably take the same route to work every day and you pass the same houses every day. You know what I mean? I'm just like, is it suspicious as fuck? Yeah, but is it proof? Not really. At least not to me,
Yeah, I mean,
you know?
I really believe that Koberger didn't do it. Brian Koberger, the guy you're talking about. I thought he didn't do it. But then they found a knife sheath with his DNA on it at the house.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, these people are going on saying, well, you know, those 2 girls, their moms are heavily into the cartel, and this is a cartel hit. There's another man involved, and there's
fucking Idaho. There are no cartels in fucking Idaho. What? The fucking Canadian Mounties are coming after the cartels in Idaho? What the fuck is wrong with you?
So, yeah, you're pretty close to the action up there. You know, with all the conspiracy theories you've been hearing lately about him, right?
Oh, yeah. It's, from drunk rednecks that don't know any better to the news to people not knowing what the fuck is going on to people that are just like, man, everybody's fucking stupid. And and people seem to forget that, like, Idaho is like slowly but surely becoming like a little more gentrified, but nah, there are still some parts of Idaho where if you go deep enough, it don't matter where you are. If you don't get the fuck out, you're dead. That's just how it is. You know? And I'm not saying someone will kill you. I'm just saying, like, there are just some parts of Idaho where if you just go into the woods about 50 feet and then you close your eyes and spun in a circle, you're lost. You have no idea where the fuck the road is.
No, even if you're a master trailsman,
that's the only way that you would get out is if you knew how to retrace your steps and knew how to fucking navigate and shit. These woods are the woods in fucking Washington, Idaho, and some places like northwestern and northeastern, southeastern Oregon, like pretty much eastern Oregon, eastern Washington, and western Idaho, like that general area is just like, yeah, that place is pretty fucky.
Yeah, you go where no man has ever gone. You end up getting fucked like Leonardo DiCaprio in that movie, The Revenant.
Great movie.
Oh, God, the best. I love it. I jerked off so many times to that. No. That bear scene was hot. That interspecies erotica really got me going.
I will say, as far as bear maulings in a movie goes, that was one of the most realistic depictions I've seen in a while. That scene actually made me kind of cringe a little from just like, ooh, it's a little too close to home, you know?
Yeah.
Just like, it's not like that's a nightmare of mine or anything.
Yeah, animals don't fuck around. They don't fuck around. They don't ask questions. They just go for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that entire scene laid it out exactly what happened. Was that DiCaprio was fucking around in the woods. He hears something. He turns and sees that there's a bunch of grizzly bear cubs and went, oh fuck, turned around, mama's there. Like that is literally what would happen. You know, yeah, that was literally what would fucking happen. And I did hear DiCaprio say that when they shot that scene, it was a combination of CGI and a trained grizzly bear.
Oh my god!
So
No.
yes. So they had a trained grizzly bear to do like the parts where they were like where he was like clawing his back and like standing on his head or like sniffing him and shit like that. But then at the parts where they're like throwing him around like he's a rag doll, that was CGI. But still, you could not pay me enough fucking money to just lay down in the dirt and just be like, oh yeah, just act like that he's mauling you. No! No, don't worry.
Yeah.
Bosco's trained. I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna lay there and act like he's mauling me, because he's gonna fucking maul me. I don't give a shit. He's a fucking bear. I don't give a shit. I'm not doing this goddamn scene with a fucking bear. Are you out of your mind?
Oh my god. I miss animal movies
Oh yeah.
like that. Tony
Well,
Danza driving around in a car with a monkey driving in front.
Fucking Clint Eastwood driving around with a monkey.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Oh my god. I mean, how cool was that? You got in 1980. You went to the movie theater and saw a guy drive around with a monkey in his car.
Oh, those fucking what's that fucking show? It was Every Which Way But Loose. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yep.
Yeah, my granddad loved those fucking movies, and it's only because of the fucking orangutan. He didn't give a shit about anything in that movie, but anytime that monkey was on screen, he was knee slapping, crying, laughing, anything that fucking monkey did. He just loved it.
I'm still thinking of the pitch.
Right?
We're going to have a movie where a guy goes around and is being chased by bikers, and he's going to beat people up.
And his
Nazi
co-pilot,
bikers. By the way,
Yes.
they were Nazi bikers, not regular bikers. Nazi bikers.
yes, and his partner in crime is an orangutan.
An orangutan. And we're gonna write a scene in where the orangutan. He takes the orangutan to the zoo to get some pussy.
Yeah.
I mean, come on! Why can't we have movies like that anymore? Oh god! I remember I did a special on that back on the show when I first started up again and was just doing movie reviews and shit. I watched that movie for the first time and I was like, "This is comic gold."
Yeah. Yeah, this movie is fucking stupid, but in every best way possible.
You describe it to everybody. Yeah, a guy and his ape drive around. The guy goes right turn Clyde and he punches people in the face, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's like Roadhouse, but if it was a comedy.
Exactly. This little scrawny Clint Eastwood goes around and kicks everybody's ass. Oh, God. All right. I guess holy shit. What in the fuck happened tonight? 2:22. Uh-oh.
Goddamn.
We're way too late. All right. This time we went way too quick tonight. All right. Before we leave tonight, sad. It's finally official. We talked about it before we went on break, but Jim and Sam show is over.
Sad day. I mean, not really, but sad for someone, I imagine.
Now, do you know who thinks is going to get the co-hosting job?
E-Rock?
He's been calling into the show every day. Sam thinks he's funny. It might be Cardiff Electric.
Really?
He's been on the show the last 2 days. And Sam goes, you know what? Adding a potato to this staff might not be a bad idea. And I'm like, are you retarded?
I mean, I bet that Cardiff probably would do a better job than fucking Sam, but wouldn't that be entirely up to fucking Sirius XM?
You would think, right?
Yeah.
That fucking Sam is a creep. He finally got what he wanted. He hates Jim Norton. Oh, he hated Jim Norton. He's never been hearing his voice on the radio the last 2 days. It's been hilarious.
Yeah, Jim, or not Jim. Well, kind of Jim, but mostly Sam. Sam is a fucking weasel. Like, I never liked him. I never liked him. And every single time you ever hear, like, highlights or, like, funny things that Sam has done, it's when he's been a fucking weasel and he went behind people's backs and was like, oh, listen to this audio that I got, or oh, listen to what I heard so-and-so say. He's like, he's a weaselly little bitch and I fucking hate him.
I did too. I've been listening to the show just the last couple days to hear what was going to happen without Jim there, and oh god, it is a train wreck.
Well, I mean, if anybody would know what it's like to run a show by yourself, it would be you. Except at least Jim has a production team.
Yeah, no shit. So Jim is going to do a advice show on the internet.
What kind of advice would I want from Jim Norton?
How to pick up a tranny from Norway?
With debit. Next question.
Oh god, what a weirdo that guy is.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, I guess he did a comedy special where he talked about sucking off his 12-year-old buddy. So I guess, I mean, did we see the writing on the wall?
Yeah, I mean, that is that thing of, like, on one hand, I wanted to be fucking shocked by that, but then when you really think about it, it's just like, no, really, I'm actually surprised it wasn't worse. Like, it could have been a lot worse.
So there's still just a little piece of O&A left there. A couple of the producers. Other than that, it's done. I think Sirius, I think, is done. Honestly, I don't know what they're doing over there.
But they have to be just making money off of the music channels and Howard Stern. That's pretty much it, right?
Well, they just paid this chick they're paying her $125 million
to do a show?
Do a podcast over there. Yeah, that Call Me Daddy chick that used to be on Barstool, I think.
Fucking what?
Yeah, $125 million contract she just got from Sirius.
Doing a podcast about what?
Fucking guys, I guess.
Okay, there's literally, I could probably find like 200 podcasts that are that you can look up for free.
Yeah, guys we fucked. It goes on and on and on.
Yeah,
because chicks are only funny when they pretend to be whores. And one other lesson, guys, I've been dropping Easter eggs and knowledge on you guys. One thing too, if a chick presents herself as an ultra whore, she, number one, not good in bed. Number two, going to be very hard to fuck. Those are the hardest ones. The whores, the biggest whores you think that present themselves the whores are the biggest prudes ever.
Well, that's a Andrew Dice Clay bit that I fucking love. He's like, you go to a dinner party and you meet that couple, and you know that couple that I'm talking about. They're all please and thank you, and they're all so polite, and they're nothing but smiles. He's like, do you really think that they're like that all the time? You really don't think that when the doors are closed and the kids are asleep, she doesn't like to get her hair pulled or her ass smacked? You know, it's like, you really think they're like that?
I know every time I run into a guy like that, I'm like, what? There's something dark going on with that cat.
Absolutely.
You know, the guy that's always smiling, everybody's buddy. He's so concerned on how everybody else is doing. I see the game you're playing. Come on, bro.
Yeah, but there was one point. Yeah, for real. There was at one point where my dad he fixed people's computers for a living for a long time, and this was back when, you know, if you knew anything about like making websites or fixing computers, you were a fucking wizard. You know,
absolutely.
And And he said that every single time he worked on anybody's computer that had the most fucked up shit that he could possibly think of that were on there, it was always the people that were very polite, very cleanly dressed, never swore. They always tucked in their shirt. They never raised their voice. It's always those guys. Always.
Every time.
Yes.
I knew a guy that moved to town. And he went to church, and he was everybody's buddy. The church gave him a place to live. He was Mr. Clean Cut, All-American. Invited him over to a party one night. The guy takes his shirt off, 2 full sleeves of tattoos, smoking weed, swearing. I got those motherfuckers. I'm like, oh my! I knew you were a con man the whole time. I could tell.
I could sniff you out a mile away. Fucking wolf in sheep's clothing.
I can't stand a woman who's a constant screamer.
I can't really help you on that one.
You know, I never used to, I had a woman once hit the nails. If they hit you with the nails the second you come, it's the best come ever. But anyways, that's for another show. Pause. Into your back. Fuck yeah. Back, chest. I hate when they scratch the inside of your asshole, though. That hurts for like a week.
Yeah, can't say I'm familiar with that one. That's a forbidden zone for me. There was that one time I tried to hook up with this chick when I was living in Seattle, and I took her to my place, and we were making out. And we were getting there. And then I felt her hand go down my pants near my asshole. And I grabbed her fucking wrist. I was like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? And she was like, what? I just thought, like, you thought what? Like, I literally just met you like 3 hours ago. What the fuck made you think I was into that?
Hey, don't let your, don't let your, what do you call it, homophobia ruin a good time.
I don't care. I really don't care, man. People swear up and down that it makes it 10 times better. I don't give a shit. I've gone by just fine the old-fashioned way, and I'm pretty satisfied with it the old-fashioned way. Don't need to spice it up. Hasn't letting me down yet.
Well, once your G spot is hit, the old-fashioned way, just don't cut it no more.
I had a coworker of mine who this is way back, but he told me that his wife would always joke all the time that she wants to peg him, and just to fuck with him. And he's like, I'm starting to think that she might actually want to, and I'm just like, well, would you let her? And he's like, No, I wouldn't let her. And I cracked a joke where I was like, oh, what's the matter, man? Scared you might like it? And he went, yep.
Yep.
Not even skipping a beat, no hesitation. Just went, yep.
The Ronnie Mudd from the Howard Stern show talks about getting it like that constantly from his young wife.
To each their own, man. Not for me.
I don't know. It just depends the intoxication level for me. Yeah, I'm pretty much game for anything after I get to a certain point.
See, I hear that all the time too, and I have never been so drunk where I've actually considered having a finger in my ass. I have never been that drunk in my life. That's never
And you get to the point where you're like, oh, why is there no finger in my ass right now? What's going on with this blowjob? No finger in the ass? Oh, great. No, just a regular blowjob. Oh, boy.
I don't know. Maybe if I lived in an area where prostitution was legal and nobody cared, maybe it would be a different fucking story. But like you said, I guess compared to you, I'm normal. So
yes, you're a normal, good boy.
Yes, I'm a good Christian boy.
Wheeler Walker did a song, If You Want Me to Nut, You Got to Stick It Up My Butt.
How can you not love Wheeler Walker Jr., though?
The best. The guy took a fledgling comedy career and turned it into millions.
Oh, absolutely. And
You know,
all the credit in the world. God bless him.
he's doing $100K a gig. It costs $100,000 to book him.
I mean, compared to what we talked about last time, where it was like, fucking Tesla was charging 500,000
Yeah,
for fucking Tesla.
and playing
Like,
gay music, gay new
Yeah.
music.
Yeah, playing new shit that nobody wants to hear. Wheeler Walker Jr. charges 100,000 to just play stupid music that makes everybody laugh. Everybody's drunk as fuck. Everyone's stoned. Everyone's laughing. It's a great time. $100,000. How can you say no to that?
And everybody's like, "Why do you listen to this country?" I'm like, "No, it's making fun of country. That's why I love it so much because I hate country."
Oh, you ever heard of maybe you have, but you ever heard of Unknown Hinson?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
Apparently
okay.
he's unknown.
Yes. Have you ever seen the show Squidbillies?
No, I it's on that list of things I need to watch because I'm a stoner and I haven't
Yes.
crossed it off yet.
Okay, so Unknown Hinson is the voice of the father of Squidbillies, but he was a musician long before he voice acted for that show. And he dresses up like the best way that I could describe it is like if Elvis was a vampire.
Okay.
Like and he calls himself the king of country western troubadours. And all of his music is like, he's actually like a phenomenal guitar player, but his music is hilarious. Like I cleaned out a room in my trailer for you. Like Venus Bound, which is basically a song about how he's fed up with women on Earth, so he's going to Venus to fuck all the women on Venus. Like it's full of just stupid fucking shit like that. But he is actually like an amazing guitar player. If you look up live footage of him playing, he's like, no, that dude can fucking shred. It's crazy.
It's some people are so talented, it never shines through.
Well, it never shines through, but it was that thing of like, why the undead Elvis thing? Like, why not just do it as yourself? But then I saw an interview that he did where he was just himself, because I guess there was some guitar company that made a signature guitar for him, and so he did it. Yeah, so he just did an interview as himself, talking about the guitar and his experience playing guitar. And I was just listening to him, going like, man, this guy is kind of boring. You know, it's just like, it really is that thing. I was like, I kind of liked Unknown Hinson better. Weirdly enough, it's like, I liked the character better.
Just stay in character. Nobody cares about the real guy.
Yeah, everything. Like, look up any interview Unknown Hinson did in character. It's a fucking hilarious. Like, still one of my favorites is everyone always asks him, like, what's with the name Unknown Hinson? And he's like, well, I named it after my daddy. You see, when I was born, my mom, it said on my birth certificate that my mom was Henrietta Hinson. Father, unknown. He named it after his daddy, Unknown Hinson.
Unknown Hinson?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Paz says he's okay with a finger. It's fine. But a strap-on, that's crossing the line. That is just straight up disrespectful. Okay. Now, but how about this? How about a strap-on the size of a finger? See, there's always a wraparound.
If it's the size of a finger, would you really need a strap?
Here's the thing. I don't understand how any man, after being fucked by his girlfriend or wife, can look her in the eyes and go, hey, you want to go get coffee?
Yes, exactly. That's the other thing.
She's going to look at you like you're a little bitch for the rest of your life because you were screaming like one 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, any respect that you had as a man goes out the window in her eyes.
I'm really not scared about taking the strap on. I'm scared of the noises that are going to come out of my mouth. I start sounding like tennis players.
Yeah, the fucking tennis players. That shit always makes me laugh when they isolate tennis players when they hit the ball. It is the weirdest fucking shit.
It is crazy. How many times have wives come running down the stairs? Are you watching porno? Nope, just tennis.
Women's tennis.
Yeah, they grunt like they're getting fucked. We'll watch that for 3 hours, no problem.
What's the score? I don't know.
Oh, how's the game work? I don't even know. Been watching this volleyball tournament all day. I don't. Hot, tall, blonde girls with short shorts jumping up and down for 3 straight hours. Sign me the fuck up.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I've been watching volleyball for the past 10 years. Oh yeah, who's your favorite team? How the fuck should I know?
The best to watch online is the LFL. It used to be the lingerie football league. Now it's the ladies football league.
Oh, I forgot about that actually.
It still exists, and the women are hotter than shit. They wear the shorts, the volleyball shorts, for some reason to play football.
Yeah,
How creepy am I, by the way? Every creepy thing known to man, every vice, every creep, I've covered it all.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that you have said just on your show, which is at MHH Network on Rumble, by the way. There's a lot of shit that you've said where I'm just like, I really should stop being surprised at this point.
What is weird anymore? It's like,
yeah, after hearing you consistently for like the past, I don't know, like 2 years or so, I'm just so desensitized by anything you say anymore. Just like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he said that or something close to it. I don't know. It's all a blur.
Pause is pondering a finger-sized strap-on. I'm telling you, pause right now, tonight, when you get offline, go over to FetLife.com and look at the women in your area. You get to see all the goods before you get to try them. Every single woman that you know in your area is naked on there. It's crazy.
It's FetLife?
FetLife. Every woman around you that's horny is naked on there.
Why does it sound like I'm gonna get catfished?
No, this is a place that tells you where to go for the orgies and the girls that like to get S&M'd, and I met the girl that rode me like a horse from there.
I forgot about that.
That was just painful. That wasn't erotic at all.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up to you. It's like, was that sexy at all? Like, getting ridden like a horse? Like, that's another thing I don't get. Is like, maybe it's because I'm not a fucking, a masochist, where like I don't derive pleasure from pain. It's like, that doesn't sound like fun. That sounds like work.
And it's like, no, I grew up in a loving home. Can we just have regular sex?
What's so wrong with that?
I hurt my back. My tooth is loose, and I couldn't sit down for a couple of days after getting whipped. It wasn't fun. When it's all fun and games until you get a whipped testicle, then it gets serious. It hurts so bad.
Why do you do this to yourself?
Just to try it out. I'm thinking, one day you just sit and go, well, a lot of people seem to like that. There must be something in it.
Yeah, but there's also the logic that I take it where, like, is there a lot of things where I've wondered or I've possibly thought about what it's like? Sure. Passing thoughts. Sure. Maybe I've thought about it, but I've also passing thought, wondered what it's like to be shot. Just to wonder, like, what does it feel like? I've seen people get shot before. I've heard stories of people tell me what it's like to be shot, but I still am curious what it's like to be shot. Am I curious enough to get shot? No. I could live my entire life not knowing what it's like to be shot, but am I still curious about it? Yeah. Am I going to do it? No.
I'm good. I'm not Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, no, I'm pretty sure I could piece together what it feels like and what will happen to me if it does happen. But yeah, just on the off chance that I'm wrong, I'm not that curious to figure out if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure I could just piece it together from here. You know?
Didn't Chris Angel try to like stop a bullet with like chopsticks or something one time?
Probably.
I know he did some kind of death thing with a bullet a while back. I can't remember what it was. That guy's such a clown.
Yeah, I'm sure that dude has booked fucking seats everywhere he goes in fucking Vegas. He could do a fucking show at any fucking casino he wants, I imagine.
He's sold out every night. Every night he's sold out. I mean, he's as magicians go, he's great. But when the show was on, they're like, "Will he die here live on?" Well, I'm looking at the schedule here, and it looks like there's already 12 episodes already taped. So it looks like he's going to pretty much make it to episode 1, no problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with maybe, considering that there's another entire season of this shit. Maybe if you save that for the last episode, maybe I'd believe you. But
the greatest troll in television history has to be Oak Island. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
No, I can't say I'm familiar.
There was supposedly this buried treasure, billions of dollars worth of Spanish treasure on this island. The guy buys the island, and he's going to find the treasure and become a billionaire.
Okay.
So every episode, they find like a coin. They're like, "Oh my god, have they found it?" They're like, "Oh my god, tonight's going to be the night they find it." I think it went 7 years. They didn't find shit. But every episode, I think we got it, boss. For 7 years. And it just trolled everybody for so long, and we couldn't stop watching it.
Yeah.
It might still be on. I might have just given up on it, and it still might be going.
It's got a 24/7 live stream where it's sunken into the ocean deeper than New Orleans.
Oh, God. Just the greatest troll in television history. Did they find it tonight? Well, I see there's 19 more episodes, so probably not.
Yeah. It's, I mean, how many times has that fucking happened? Like, I imagine that they probably some fucking, like, a piece of a map or something in, like, a museum, and they figured out, it's like, oh, this map says we need to go here, and they just jumped the gun, and was just like, it must be treasure. But not knowing that map was probably just like, yeah, this is where we usually go to stop and like do repairs and stuff. You know what I mean? It's like,
that's when I go, do you really trust somebody writing something down that didn't even have a toilet?
I mean, we like to talk shit about those people back then because there were a lot of things they were really stupid about, but there were a lot of things that they were also incredibly smart about. Way smarter than you'd think. Like,
yes.
Like, one thing, I'm sure maybe you know this, I don't know, but, they have different directions for when you're on a boat. You don't say left or right, you say port or starboard. And the reason why starboard is right is because you would port on the left side, which is why it's called port. But on the right side of the ship, that is where the navigator would be, and that's where his starboard is. So he would use his... Yes, so that's where he would be so that he could look outside and look at the stars and figure out where he is so that he could tell the ship where to go when they leave port.
Okay.
So, again, it's like they had to figure out, using the stars and a sextant and a fucking map, that they just trusted was accurate. And it was just like, yeah, if we just go that way, thereabouts, we'll hit America.
We'll write it down.
Yeah, and then you just keep going and going and going, and you have to look at this guy, just be like, are we going straight? It's like, well, I mean, yeah, it looks like we're going straight. It's like, I know it looks like we're going straight, but are we going straight? And then he like looks at the stars and just be like, no, actually, we're heading south. How are we heading south? I don't fucking know. We're heading south. Go that way. Yeah.
And now we're pinpointing treasures from them guys.
Exactly. We're trying to get treasure from these fucking guys.
Yeah, it's just, that show is the worst. And anybody that's ever seen it will understand exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
All
and I
right.
imagine it's a good thing that they did that back then, because I could imagine if they tried to do that shit now, that show would have been canceled within a year, because they would have jumped in on like, get your T-shirts and get your posters and your beanies and like show your support, and you give all this money to these people so they can find this fucking treasure, and then 7 years later you just see a dude just seething, just red in the face, and just got boxes of all this fucking Oak Island shit, just sitting there going like, you fucking bastards.
They spent 2 to 3 episodes to tell you they found a piece of strange wood. He's watched it too. It's just the worst fucking show ever. And it's not like a long time ago. I think it went up to like 2018, maybe.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, it was so bad. All right. So what else? We got anything else before we leave tonight? I don't think we have any more educational stuff to get to.
I mean, if you really wanted to, but I don't know. Give me something.
All right. So what did we learn tonight? We've learned that don't go to BBW night at the Green Door.
Figure out when BBW night is at the Green Door.
Exactly. We also figured out that Pause Reality is pondering a finger size strap on.
And don't forget FetLife.com.
FetLife.com if you want to get freaky right away with weird fat ladies. Yeah, by the way, FetLife.com, not a lot of lookers over there.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah, you get to see all your neighborhood ladies naked, but did you really want to in the first place?
I mean, just so that you can keep that in the backlog for when you go get your mail or something. You know what I mean?
Oh, God. I don't even know what else we talked about tonight.
I don't know. I feel like we rambled through a lot of it. I don't remember a lot of what we talked about, to be honest.
I don't know either.
We talked about Trudeau getting residing, which good.
Trudeau, good. We're positive about that. We talked about taxes, bad. And yeah, we had some shenanigans. We had fun. We went 3 hours.
Yeah, we gave you an extra hour because we took New Year's off.
And something weird happened tonight with our broadcast, but I don't know where we're at, if we're on or not. But we'll figure it out after we're done. Maybe we just did 3 hours for just pause. We'll never know.
I mean, I just assume that that's the case every time we go on. We just do the show for pause, and if people listen to it afterwards, cool.
Yeah, I apologize, pause, for last week about running the pre-tape and not telling you. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Yeah.
To tell Marco, to tell you we weren't going to be on, but I saw the chats. He's like, "Oh, all right. See you guys next week then." Sorry, bro.
I was busy drinking with my family. I didn't even see you in the chat. I didn't watch it until like the day after.
Yeah, I don't even remember what I did that night. I didn't do anything. Yeah, no, we went to BBW. Never mind. All right. Horrific times.
And we've come full circle.
Set the record straight before we leave. Pause Reality has officially rejected any size strap-on in his mind is made up. He is, you know what? That's what that song was about. He'll do anything for love, but he won't do that. Meatloaf would not take the strap-on. You're in good company, my friend. Marco's not taking a strap-on. Pause is not taking a strap-on. I'm glad we've spent 3 hours of our lives figuring out who's going to take the strap-on.
Yeah. I'm glad that we finally have that established. I don't know if it needed to be established, but I'm glad that it did.
And if it ever comes to a time where me, you, and him are in a spot, and they go, one of you has to get a strap-on, or all three are going to die, I guess you're going to hand me a bottle of Jack Daniels and go, "Hey, Johnny, make us proud."
Well, I would either hand you a bottle of Jack, or I would just give you the ultimatum of like, okay, we could either do this diplomatically, or you can face the reality of this situation, which is it's between you, Pause, and me. And I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure me and Paz could take you in a fight.
Yep, I'm pretty sure.
So, looks like you're the one taking it, buddy.
It's all right. It's all right. As long as you guys buy me ice cream afterwards, I'll be okay.
I'm not your dad.
I'm a part guest or third mic host, the only viewer.
Only live viewer.
Yeah, I don't know. We got stuff coming. Shit should have been already in place tonight, but a couple more days. Next week we should be in good shape. So one last thing I wanted to get into before that. No. Okay. So tonight we learned not a lot, but we learned a little.
As long as we learned something.
We got high and hopefully gave you a little tickle of your funny bone and made you laugh. Maybe made you cry. Maybe made you cringe.
Definitely made you cringe.
You know, I think I've come up. It's no longer shock jock radio. I think it's cringe radio that I bring. Cringe. Very cringy. Scary and cringy.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I've seen worse. I've seen a lot worse.
Oh, I've seen there's dudes really doing some nasty shit for clicks. Holy moly!
Yeah, that's like that happens to me all the time. Where I just like hear somebody watching something on YouTube, or they send me something to watch, and just every second I just see like the look on their face and how animated they are with their bodies, and like how they shift their voice for things. I'm just like, this is what you watch? Really? This guy? He looks. This is exciting to you? He looks like he's trying to entertain a bunch of fucking toddlers.
You know, one good thing about not having guests. This is really getting annoying.
Those were your choices.
This has got to be fixed somehow.
Who shot who? Somebody got shot?
Who shot who?
Y'all good?
Is he pissing himself? What's happening?
The fucking guy shot himself in the leg. That podcast the other day.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, the dude fucking shot himself.
I love the host. I mean, I get upset over little things. A guy shoots himself in the podcast. Who's Yahoo? Who be shooting in here? Not even excited at all.
No, he handled that real well, I will say, but which leads me to believe this isn't the first time that this has happened to him, where either someone got shot in front of him or someone shot himself in front of him, where he's just like, all right, who the fuck did it?
Who's
Who
Yahoo?
did it? Yeah, who did it? I'm not mad. I just want to know who shot him.
Just a look at that guy's face. And the one thing, though, that I wanted to commend about for our show is the guy did not drop the blunt.
No, if you get shot, you getting shot is one thing, but if you shoot yourself and you drop the blunt, you immediately you lose any respect. You lose all your street cred. Shooting yourself is one thing, but shooting yourself and dropping the blunt, that is unacceptable.
He got all flexible burris on himself. Apparently, it didn't even hit him. Apparently, it just went right to his jeans. There was a little bit of a burn mark, but no, the bullet went. He missed it. Lucky as shit.
Oh yeah, he could have fucking shot the host.
I don't know. I'm under the impression that bullets just don't go towards humans.
They go towards whatever the fuck you point them at.
The other day, I saw the cops had to shoot a guy. 197 rounds. 3 hit the guy.
Yeah.
Do you guys not know how to shoot the guns? What the fuck's going on with the cops? The cops can never hit anybody.
Well, it's probably they don't know how to shoot, but I also think it might be just because even though they have guns and they are trained to use them, I am sure that there are some cops where they just don't want to kill people. You know, even though if they probably should, They're just like, no, I'm just gonna shoot over his head and just keep him sitting there so that he can't fucking hurt anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. The amount of shots are the drive-bys too are the worst aim.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's why they have those fully automatic guns, so you don't have to fucking aim. You just light them up and pray it kills them.
Yeah, they went by and they sprayed 400 bullets into that house. I don't know how many people they killed. Oh, they just killed a baby. Other than that, everybody's fine.
Yeah, they killed a baby. 2 of them are in critical condition in the hospital, and 3 of them got a couple of bullets, but yeah, they'll be fine. But the baby's dead. Oh yeah, baby's super dead.
All right. Well, anything else before we leave tonight? We hit the 3-hour mark. I don't know how, and I don't know why we did, but we did it.
Well, like I said, it's because we took New Year's off. We had to give him an extra hour.
That's right. You got 3 shows in one, babe.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not too high. When I start saying, babe, it's time to go home.
Yeah.
All right,
after, yeah. Now the show gets weird. After all the shit that we've been through already, you just called me babe. Now I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, now it's time to imagine our relationship.
Wait, what does that mean?
It just means when when a chick at the gas station calls you hun, you're like, we're not that intimate, lady.
Yeah, just because you see me twice a week, do you think we're just chill like that?
Yeah, don't call me hun. Don't call me babe. Sweetie.
Unless you're trying to tell me something that I'm not catching up on, you gotta tell me I'm stupid.
You want to have a fun day? Go around and call everybody sport one day. Just look on their face when you call them sport. Way to go, sport. See you later. Just look at you like, is that a good or a bad thing?
One of the weirdest things I ever got hit with as somebody from the Pacific Northwest was I went down to Texas one time to go to a friend's wedding, and I was talking with his I think it was his grandma, and she was just like, oh, so what do you do? And I said, oh, well, at the time I didn't have a job. And so I was like, oh, I'm looking for work. But, I'm just working on my music and getting better at the guitar. And she just went, oh, bless your heart. And
oh, heart.
Right. And she said it like, like a Texan woman. She's like, oh, bless your heart. And it just triggered something in my brain where I was just like, the fuck did you just say? And, it's just like, I get, like, you didn't say anything that was inherently bad, but just the way that you said that, it was like, why'd you say it like that? You're like, are you pitying me? Like, why did you say it like that? And it's just like, no, that's just the thing it's just the thing that old people say. I'm like, no, I feel like it's a backhanded compliment.
It really is. It's like, oh, you're a dumbass.
Yeah.
You got the music business.
Yeah. It's like, I'm pretty sure she just called me a dumbass by not calling me a dumbass. It's like, oh, but you're a good kid. Like,
see, that's the difference between musicians in your dad age and musicians now.
Mm-hmm.
But back then, if you told your parents you're going to be a musician, they would throw you out of the house. They would call you a bum. They'd say you're never going to amount to anything. Oh my God, my son's a loser. Oh no, you suck. Even if you were good, they'd shove. Oh, you're terrible.
And
look
then
how bad you are.
And then you tell your parents you wanted to be a metal musician, and then they would accuse you of being possessed by Satan.
Yep. Oh God, there was traveling churches that used to make money. Warning that Motley Crue was going to possess him.
Yeah, my dad told me that when he was a teenager, he said there were a lot of times where he got kicked out of people's homes just because he wore a Slayer or a Metallica T-shirt. Like he would just walk into someone's house and then their dad would just be like, "No, you don't enter my house with that fucking shirt on. Get out." It's like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, they were really afraid of Satanists in the 80s.
No, they weren't really all too kind on the old Satan.
No, they don't like my old boss.
No, and I mean, what did Satan ever do other than, everything? Other than that.
Yeah, listen to our boss, our buddy boss, but our buddy Nas. So I combined them both, Boz. Buddy Nas show last night he put on, and he had the guy talking about the West Memphis Three. And the only reason those guys went to prison is because they were in the Slayer and Metallica.
Yeah. West Memphis Free. That whole thing was just such a massive fucking shit show.
This whole everything's a shit show, but we don't have 16 more hours to talk about that tonight. We already went through taxes. We've got enough.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
before we go, one last thing from Pause before we check out tonight. I had a clerk say, "Have a good day, my love," in front of her boyfriend as I was hitting the door to leave. I didn't turn around to save her from the remark, calling the teacher in class Mom. I got you. Yeah. Yeah. I got to open Darren's box of jokes there. All right. That's it for tonight. I want to thank Pause for hanging out. No, Nas Reality, I already did that part. All right, we're out of here. Sorry. Fuck. Thank you, Half Baked, for the primo vape tonight. Got me through a night.
Confirmed.
Maybe completely retarded.
100% works.
100%. I had to ask Marco 6 times tonight. What are we talking about?
Yeah, and that takes a lot for Johnny to ask me that 6 times in a show. He does that like once or twice, but that happened a lot. So that means you got that good shit.
Check out Nas's channel or Nas Redna. He went over and I guess was fucking around at the beer factory today.
Yeah, I saw the pictures.
And I always thought that they kept them horses around to poop in the beer. Apparently, that is wrong.
That sounds like that sounds like Budweiser propaganda to me.
I just thought they took shitty. I thought they had them shit on the oats and put it in the beer. I was wrong.
Why would they have the horses
Budweiser.
shit on the oats when they have people?
Budweiser beer. If you want to beat your wife and have the worst headache and hangover ever, drink our beer.
And if you want to still beat your wife and not have the worst headache ever, Bud Light.
Bud Light will turn you queer.
Yep.
Bud Light has not had a good track record.
No.
They promoted retarded Gen X kids. They had a dog that was having sex with women. Spuds McKenzie. Like, literally, the dog was pulling chicks. I'm like, are these chicks fucking the dog? What's going on here? The dog is so cool. He's got women.
Yeah. Women love dogs. That's another bit of advice. If you got a cute dog or you know someone that has a cute dog, do you have any idea how many times I've seen videos of people just like pulling up the security booths and they just have like a parrot or a fucking like a Shih Tzu or something, and then there's just a female guard that immediately is just like, oh my god, how cute, and then they just let him pet the Shih Tzu and then they just let him through. They don't even bother checking for the IDs or anything. He's like, oh my god, your dog is so cute. You can't possibly be an evil person. Go right ahead.
Yeah, evil persons don't have cute dogs.
Yeah, why would you have a dog this cute that's so loving if you were a bad person? He's like, yeah, exactly.
Oh, God. What else we got? Anything else? No, nothing. I'm at H. Johnny's Picks over there.
Yes, over 400 songs, officially over 400 songs, 30 hours worth of music that Johnny and myself have picked for your pleasure.
And not only that, this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all 3 nights, music from MHH Johnny's Picks just for you. So you'll get to hear a little taste of Johnny's Picks this weekend on a what do you call it? What can you do? A block party weekend. We're going to have a block party weekend this weekend. 3 songs from your favorite artists. We're going to tear it up.
Sick.
And something very special that I did before.
Oh.
But it was thrown away for copyright reasons. Saturday night, the return of MTV's Headbangers Ball, hosted by the one and only Johnny Cush, taking over Ricky Rackman. This Saturday night, bringing back the Headbangers Ball. I can't wait.
Oh man, I loved watching the fucking Headbangers Ball. I caught it like the tail end of it when they stopped doing the Headbangers Ball on MTV, but I did love that shit.
Yeah, I remember 10. I was like 10, and they pretty much, it was over by then.
Yeah.
The original one. I mean, they had one that came out, was about 10 years ago. I think they tried to do it again, and they just stopped for no reason. Too many people liked it and watched it, I guess.
Well, I think it just I think it just had the same problem that MTV had, is that they brought the Headbangers Ball back, but there were kids like me who grew up with parents who grew up watching that shit, and I was like, yeah, I'll watch that. But the vast majority of their original audience is probably fucking dead.
Yeah. You get collecting Social Security.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like, as much as I hate to say it, is like a lot of your original listeners are old or dead or dying, or like, and also with the internet, they don't need to go on Headbangers Ball anymore. They just go on YouTube and look up any music video they fucking want. There's literally a playlist of every single music video Headbangers Ball has ever played just on YouTube.
Yeah, it's and they have music channels on like Tubi and shit, but I don't know. I'd just rather go to YouTube. It's so much easier.
Yeah, I'll just look up whatever the fuck I want, and I'll play what I feel like, which is why we made MHH Johnny's Picks.
And, yeah, we'll see how 3 nights of music go ratings-wise. I'm not expecting much, but it's something I've always wanted to do. I wanted to do a 3-night block party weekend. 3 nights of music. And if you don't like it, well... I probably wouldn't like it either, to be honest with you.
I mean, I would hope at least you like it, because it's music that you like.
But, I find myself bored with playlists. You know what I mean? No, yeah. I mean, it's just music. I'm just so used to being in the car and hearing a guy talk about stuff, So it's kind of cool to maybe mix a playlist up with a DJ once in a while. I don't know. We'll see how it works.
Yeah, for sure.
I already know the outcome, but I'm going to do it anyways.
Yeah, you never know if you don't try.
And AM 1420 1984 this weekend, and looking very, very, looking very cool, guys.
AM 1420. The AM 1420 survived its second bombing.
They rebuilt, and we heard they're coming back.
Oh boy!
I would put, if I was a betting man, I'd put some money on that fucker blowing up again. But you never know.
Can the terrorists give it at least another 5 years?
The Libyan terrorists. Back to the Future. All right. Fuck, dude, we're going to be on for 4 hours if we don't stop this.
I know. Just good night, everybody. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. All that shit. And take this advice and keep it with you until February, because Valentine's Day is just around the corner, and that shit's going to suck. So get ready.
Yeah, because you want something to suck you. All right. I had to take it down the toilet one more time.
That's what you do.
I'm a toilet guy, No one was surprised when they found out I grew up in a junkyard. Good night, everybody.
News.
Rare dime.
Oh, now the monitor's working. Now the monitor wants to work.
Oh. Rare dime.
Well, where were you 2 hours ago?
Remained a mystery since the late 1970s.
Right.
Has
Good night, everybody.
For just over $500,000. Who needs dimes when you?
At least it's working this time.
You got that sticky, icky. Ooh, ooh.
Subscribe to That's All Funny.
Fucking ears hurt.
Sticky icky. Sticky icky.
Got a headphone head.
Sticky icky. Sticky icky.
Ow.
Sticky icky.
I'd rather have the headphone head than the fucking pain you get from the earbuds being in your ear all goddamn day.
That's the real dimes you need, right?
I need somebody to massage my ears.
You need that. You need that.
My
Abraham
ears, they're
Lincoln
so
Kush,
dainty.
dog.
They hurt.
You
They're
need to smoke
sore from all the
fucking-
listening.
The Gettysburg Address and shit. You know what I'm saying? You need that shit that frees the slaves, motherfucker.
I've been working so hard,
shit.
my ears hurt.
Sticky icky.
Maybe get a blister on your little finger. Maybe get a blister on your thumb.
Abraham Lincoln Kush.
Got a blister on my earlobe.
Sticky icky.
The tough.
Sticky icky.
Nobody knows the pain I go through to entertain you people. Physical
All you
pain.
have to do-
Underground
all you have to
railroad
do
shit,
is
you know what I'm
listen.
saying? You need to smoke that. You need to fucking
It's painful on your
Yeah,
ears
that's
too.
what you-
Trust me, audience.
fucking need whatever.
The pain is mutual.
I saw